Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 30. And I knew I forgot something. I forgot to put my light on. There it is. Blinded by the light. Now people can't see me, and now I can talk properly. Actually, I genuinely believe that I talk worse when I have the light blinding my fucking eyes. It's a bit annoying. But however, this isn't about me, it's about these fine people, and because I don't have jack shit to say. I'm running out of things to say at the beginning, but so it is. So we'll just jump right into the introduction, starting off with the one and only...
Muted, me. I am Greg, and I am playing Iric Spanner, a human artificer. He's glad to be heading back towards something like more. Oh,
Ooh, and there it is. And there it is.
What does it mean?
Glad to be heading back somewhere more stable, at least for the little time being, and getting a little bit antsy not being able to craft anything. So hopefully that changes soon.
I'm Matt. I play Dr. Fiera, a wizard. Boy, she has a lot to do. A lot of people to contact, a lot of small things to work on. Yeah, gonna be a busy girl for a while now.
I'm Skit, and I play the High Elf Druid / Cleric Isorel Athena. Just made the most important discovery of my young career, and then lost my best friend to a weird man. Going back to school, things are going great. Very happy, but quite excited to see what's coming.
Then there's me. I'm Felicia. I'm playing Arya, the best friend that suddenly just went missing. I am very anxious to find out what Arya has been up to and who this mystery man is.
Yes. Yes, who is this mystery man? This famed person, this fable coming right out of my brain, which can only spell disaster. Okay, I guess with nothing more to say, and because the players are so angsty, I think we can just jump right into it, starting off of course with our intro. So we can all take like 5 or 6 minutes. I will never do my intro so long again. But it's 5 to 6 minutes where you can think about what you're going to do. Yes.
I have looked over this landscape 1,000 times. The green grass on the rolling hills, and the strong textured rocky cliffside that drops to meet the horizon. It is beautiful, especially at dawn. The red sky reminds me of that tragic day. An act so unforgivable that the gates of hell opened up. It is as you have said, Your Excellency. May he be used as intended. He must collect blood. In blood he will surely collect, whether he wants it or not. For that is his punishment after all. Truly, his sight even saddens me. But he must not worry for long, as his eternal sin shall soon be forgiven. And may he too as we all deserve. Come to peace.
You are most grateful, Your Excellency.
We shall establish a new order. The lights we have been following has been dimming, and the people are losing faith by the day. We must show them a new light, a new faith that will not only redeem their belief, but give them the hope they need to fight. In wake of the misfortune of our own country, we shall use this new revelation to rebuild our dominance. The fools are ignorant, forgetting what we have done for them. Oh, their sins must be punished. They may only find salvation in the blood that was spilled from their bodies. For that is the only use we will have from them. We will remind them of our blessed divinity so that they can remember that we are the punishers. We are the judicators, and we are the crucifiers. The world will have their eyes opened, and the people shall see and witness the power that will save them. Prepare the Sin-Bearer Legion and be on your way. The night has been long enough. It is time for the people to wake up and open their eyes to witness a new dawn. And may the light shine ever bright again. Hear me, people. We have been abandoned by the angels, for they saw our sin that we inherited within our blood. We must atone so that we may redeem ourselves and be granted their divine blessings once again. Purge this land of the sinners. Purge this land of the unfaithful. And purge this land of the blight that has taken our sons, our daughters, our mothers and our fathers. For this curse remains as punishment for our ignorance of faith. May this blood crusade vanquish the sin that taints us, and may we finally be free. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, let there be light. Yes, there we have it, and we'll just jump into a quick recap. You guys were at the ruins of what seems like people of potentially the Dreadless Court, who were also sharing the space with some sort of draconic entity, which you took notice of, or at least... Okay. The timing is impeccable as always. And that actually reminds me that I have to put on... Why is my mouse invisible? Okay, there it is. Hold on, I have to put the... what's it called? Streamer mode on, because otherwise you will hear my Discord notifications the entire time.
Okay. Yeah, you were at the ruins and took witness to some of the powers of an entity that used to call this place home. And after speaking with a curious plant there, you found out that his heart is the reason why this flower bloomed in the first place. And what blooms is not only this magical flower, but also as a fruit of it, a nature or life chrysalis, which you have now taken onto yourself. You, as you continued investigating the ruins, found a garden atop of this long decayed and petrified tree. However, your investigations there were interrupted as the form of Calyx stepped towards you, looking kind of the same but changed a bit, as in that he had a dagger inside of his heart, which he then pulled out and let it drop on the floor. And Arya, as you were looking at this, for some reason you were kind of paralyzed. Similar feeling you had before, the time something with your head is kind of messing with you, or something else is messing with your head, which in turn is messing with you. But you felt a strong connection towards this dagger that he pulled out, and you recognize it as he pulled it out and then let it fall. You had a quick moment of deja vu, where he did that once before, when you were at the very first time threw the dagger at him, where he took the dagger and also let it fall onto the floor, from which it then disappeared, but it seems like the dagger has now reappeared in front of you. But before your friends could really do anything, what happened is you saw, in your kind of paralyzed state, you weren't really witnessing a lot since your state of mind was disheveled at best, but you could still see and recognize a door opened up behind Calyx, and inside of that door was a strange figure standing there, wearing a top hat and a crow's mask, not too dissimilar from plague doctors, as we know from our own history, and long black robes. And you, with Calyx, was sucked into the door, and then it closed behind you. You heard some of the shouts of Israel coming from behind you as you were getting sucked in. You could also still witness that she was trying to cast a spell, but as you were sucked inside, everything turned dark for you. You don't know how much time has passed. Feels like seconds maybe, but you do notice that you open your eyes. They were closed. Maybe you dropped unconscious, you aren't quite sure, but you are in a dark space. You are lying down. You don't see anything, but you can feel that you're lying on a very cold surface. It feels almost like it's metal of some sort. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna sit up, and then I'm gonna try to remember what happened to lead me here.
Okay, as you try to sit up, the first thing you notice is you bang your head against something hard. And it also feels very cold to the touch as your forehead touches it. Also seems like a metal thing, and as you're trying to maneuver, you realize you are in a very tight and confined space. You can't even move your arms to the side because you're completely stuck inside of there. And it feels like you are inside of some sort of metal sarcophagus or coffin.
Oh man. I'm gonna like start screaming as I'm like patting all around me, like trying to like see if there's like any gaps or anything.
Okay, just kind of start screaming, making noise, and you can see as you hit the sides of the walls, there's a very echoey sound that comes from this metal that then starts vibrating. It does hurt a bit. This is like solid metal. As you do this for a while, maybe after like 2-3 minutes pass, you hear at the side of your head, which would be quote unquote above you or behind you, you hear a wait, I have to put my noise suppression off. And then you can feel suddenly movement as you're being kind of carried out. And as this platform that you're lying on kind of moves, you then start to see light as you appear out of almost like a shelf, as if you're being pulled out of a shelf. And you can also hear like that the platform is on some sort of wheel, so this is kind of helping you, or the person who's currently kind of taking you out. After a short while, it comes to a rest, and you can see in front of you a large wall, almost infinitely tall. You can't even see the ending of it, where there are just these cases, like shelves inside of the wall itself, and it looks very similar to a mausoleum, where dead people would be stored above ground, and you are just were currently picked out.
As I'm like feeling myself move, I'm gonna stop screaming, and like my whole body is gonna get like on like I need to defend myself because I don't know what's happening. So I'm kind of like super on edge, like getting ready to like throw punches if I have to, knowing I'm not very strong.
Okay. As you kind of look around you can see, as you look down from the platform you're still lying on top, or probably now sitting atop, it also goes an infinite amount to the bottom. You can't see the bottom. You're literally at the edge of an infinitely tall and infinitely deep cliff with all these sarcophaguses that are attached inside of the wall, and you feel like if you would drop down here, you would fall for infinity.
Do I like see like any reason like why I would suddenly be getting pulled out?
Yeah, you can make a perception check. Mm, 18. Yeah, as you're kind of looking down, this very strong sense of vertigo hits you. You can feel your stomach get a bit uncomfortable. You're usually very used to, maneuvering on tall places, but this is beyond tall. You can't even see the ground. And that's why even you, who's kind of, experienced with this kind of quote-unquote environment, are still feeling on edge, as you've described. But you can see then, as you were kind of looking down the right side, you hear like footsteps from the left, which is weird because you don't see a ground where someone could be walking on. But as you look to the left, you see the same figure who was behind that door. Top hat, not super tall. He's maybe like at max 6 feet, maybe a bit below 6 feet, but because of the top hat, he goes to like maybe 6'4", 6'3", quite a large top hat. And he is floating seemingly in this infinite void, kind of standing next to your platform that you've been pulled out of. And as he's walking, though looking like he's kind of floating, every time he takes a step, you hear an echo as if he's touching on some sort of floor. And he just kind of stands next to you. He's maybe like 3 to 4 feet away, but at the beginning doesn't say anything, just kind of stares at you.
Who are you? And where am I?
Oh my god. Who I am, it's really not that important. Where you are, also not very important. Just, it's about time that you leave.
Why am I here?
You know that friend of yours, the one with the red hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, she fucked with you.
Yeah, that's happened before.
Yeah, and because of this fuckery, I have to take you here.
Okay. So now you're gonna send me back.
Yes.
Okay, will Fiera know about you?
Yes, I tried to explain to them.
Okay, then let me back. I don't want to be here. I don't like this place. I don't like waking up in a box where I can't move.
I mean, it's what's keeping you safe. But yes, I think we have to wait 1 more minute. Seems like you woke up a bit prematurely, but I should do it. And he just kind of turns around and starts walking. And he kind of lifts up his hand, and you can see just a door apparate out of nowhere. Kind of looks back.
In my...
Come on! Thought you wanted to leave.
I like quickly get up and go run to this wherever he's wanting me to go.
Okay. If you remember, there's no floor that you're on. It's still an infinite void. He seems to be somehow floating. Do you just trust this guy and just step out of your little platform?
No. I'm gonna like look at the bottom of my platform. How am I supposed to get over there? There's no floor.
Just imagine that there is a floor and then you would be fine.
Can I insight check that? I know nothing about this dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I think he's...
Yeah, you can't read him. He's wearing a mask and a top hat, you know? Kinda weird.
Alright, so I'm gonna look down at this floor. There's a floor here. I will be fine. I'm just kind of like mumbling. And then I like cautiously like put my foot down.
Okay, make an intelligence check. $16. You're like, okay, there has to be a floor. There is a floor, there's a floor. And then you slowly put down your foot. And then you feel it stop at some point as you touch a surface that seems to be invisible, but is able to support your weight, it seems like.
Alright, I'm gonna keep saying that mantra. This is a floor. I will be okay. I need to get out of here back to my friends. And I just like kind of still cautiously, but a little bit faster.
Okay, yeah, and then you say that over and over and over again, and then you slowly walk towards where this dude is, and he's kind of starting in front of the door. He's kind of just looking at the door, and as you kind of look at the door from this side, seems like the same door that you saw when it first appeared, but you can see over it is like this very ornate looking cuckoo's clock made out of like seemingly pure gold and platinum kind of entwined together, and has this kind of weird like it looks like a birdhouse, but just very, very fancy with a lot of decorations over it. And he's just kind of looking at it, tapping his foot and kind of waiting a bit. Seems like you made it. See, wasn't that difficult?
I don't like this. I don't like this one bit.
Yeah, so to ensure that this doesn't happen again, just tell your friend to, stop fucking around, and then we will never have to do this again.
Okay. Thank you. Do I just go through this door, or are you coming with me, or...?
We have to wait for the time is right. Otherwise, I will have to take you back, and then who knows how long it will take. This entire thing is very time sensitive, okay?
How long was I out for?
Time is relative.
Will I go back to where you got me from?
No. I'm putting you back at the right place.
Okay.
Yes. Just don't think too much about it. Just forget this ever happened. And, ignored. If it happens again, then, well, either someone is fucking with you or your friend didn't listen to my advice. Okay?
Sure.
Very good. And then you can suddenly hear a loud cuckoo's noise as the clock on the cuckoo's clock is struck midnight. Basically, both of the things are at the top, and then a kind of very ornate looking golden bird kind of jumps out and then does a cuckoo noise, and then it's like extremely loud and almost like nauseating, and then at the same time says, okay, time's right, time for you to go, and kind of just grabs the door handle and then opens it up, and immediately as he opens up, you can see and hear the noise of a town outside. You can see people walking around, and he just kind of says, okay, and hopefully we will never see each other again.
Likewise. And I just go through the door.
Tips his top hat, you go out. The door shuts and you step out on on a cobblestone road. People are walking around, and it seems like, although you just came out of a presumably cross-dimensional door, no one seems to bat an eye or notice that this has occurred, and you're just standing in the middle of a crowd of people who are walking around. But you immediately recognize this place as the Zephyrus Archive. And it would be at the same time that you people, the rest who just entered inside of the city, would see Arya kind of just mingling in the crowd, kind of looking around confused.
I would immediately shout my friend's name to garner her attention. Arya, over here!
I just start like looking around. Like, where is it coming from?
Get over here! Get over here! Come here! Get over here before the door comes again. Jesus.
I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna hit Fiera in the chest. You're never entering my head again. That guy said this was your fault.
Head things! Head things! See? I'm only a little crazy.
Apparently, I still have a lot to learn. Surprise, surprise.
I was told that you need to listen to his warning, and if you don't, I'll end up back there.
Okay, he could have given the warning when I started learning magic. Nope. Oh well. Yes,
woke
I will
up in
heed
a
his
box.
warning.
I woke up in a box.
Excuse me?
I woke up in a box that was like metal. There was no way out. And then I started screaming, and then I got pulled out. Like, I felt like I was in a crypt of some sort.
Were we able to see any of that in the doorway when he came and got her?
Yeah, when you came and got her, you saw a mausoleum. Like, you saw the wall that you was in. Yeah.
That's terrifying.
I don't ever want to go there.
No, you really don't. It's all about time. I couldn't leave before the time was right, and apparently I woke up too early. And then the floor wasn't really it didn't look like a floor, but it was solid if I said it was. Is this real?
I'll pinch her cheeks, like, yep, totally real. You're with us.
No.
I'm just glad you're here. I know he said you were gonna be fine, but I didn't want to trust him. I didn't know if I could believe him. Like, he promised us that you were okay and that everything was alright, but I just didn't want to trust it.
Thank you for that. I didn't really want to trust him when he told me to walk where there didn't look like there was a floor.
Yeah, he came across as a bit of a bullshitter. So anything he says is probably just, like, all talk.
He talks a lot.
Does he? He didn't seem like he talked that much.
He talks a lot, but not about a lot.
Yeah. I mean, we barely were able to get his name, and it's not really a name.
We spoke to him for like 15 minutes, and he only gave us like
His
a
title.
finger of information.
Oh, he wouldn't even tell me his name. He told me to forget about this place, and that if my redheaded friend heeds the warning, I won't end up back there.
So,
Yeah.
hang on. Fiera, what's it gonna take now? Are you just like not gonna do magic, or do you have to like go home and like practice again and like what?
No, I guess I'll just have to rediscover how I do each and every spell. Yay.
So, quick question also. I know you, like, on our travels back, you used some of your magic. Did it go better than the times before?
Oh, I think so. I had a better connection with one of my other selves. So that's nice.
So we're on the right track. Well, yeah, with everything that's happening, we never know.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we're trying for the right track.
That's
I didn't
good
know
enough
this
for
track
me.
was an option until he mentioned it, so who knows? Maybe tomorrow I'll find out there's a fourth track, a fifth track.
Well, the fact that you're trying is good enough for me. None of us is perfect. I don't think
Yeah.
I would be well placed to say that I've never made a mistake. There's no ethereal, weird top hat guy that has appeared for me yet, but I can't say that I have a clean slate.
Kiera also hasn't melted your brain.
That's true.
So, what happened after I went in the door?
Oof.
We talked to the guy, and then he left.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were confused and talked amongst ourselves. And then he came back because we were too confused. And then he talked again. And then he left again.
Yep.
And then we tried to explain. Oh yeah, by the way, we tried to explain to Fashina what happened, and I'm guessing she's still with us as we're like kind of entering the city. So yeah, we
She's
tried
still
to.
in the woods.
Where am I? Help.
So we tried to explain to Vashina what happened, and I don't think she quite believed us. But I guess, like, here's a proof that something weird happened. See? Arya's here, and she wasn't there when we left.
I mean, it's not like I don't believe you. It's just very odd.
Yes. No, I would. Yes. Yep.
Odd seems to be the word to describe our journey so far.
Yeah. Mainly, we just got back here. We did look at the moon.
Yep.
It's still the moon.
Yep.
And then we came back here.
Oh, and the vestige, the vestige, the thing that appears right before the moon comes up. We looked at it through the telescope, just as far as if we looked at it with our naked eye. Nothing different. Nothing. It's just there.
So we're back in the city. What's the plan? Where were you guys going?
Depends how much time we have left in the day, right?
It is currently evening. You arrived like at the end of this day. Took you a day's travel to get here. So you're probably all a bit tired.
And we wanted to perhaps contact Veltrax to see how my father is doing.
Yes.
Yes, right. That's right. Arya, there was an assassination attempt on my father.
What?
Yeah. It
Who?
failed. It failed. I don't know. Dr. Fiera kindly contacted my father's bodyguard to have a little bit of information, but we couldn't get much more than just he's in critical condition, but he's alive.
Do we need to go home? Like, do you need to be with him?
It's kinda what we're trying to see there with if Dr. Fiera would be so kind to try and contact Veltrax again to ask a couple questions, but yeah, I don't know if I want to go, but I might need to.
Like, you're supposed to be following in his footsteps, like...
That's the thing. I wonder if my mother could replace him until I come back.
I'm so sorry, and then I just, like, give you a big hug.
Well, I would for the meantime return to my place of staying, and then should probably go to the archives. And as I have promised, if you wish to enter the archives, then contact me where you first found me, and then I can allow you entrance if you wish to do so. But it seems like you're quite busy with a lot of things.
Yep.
Well, nonetheless, I think I will also try and get updated on the state of the world. It's been out for a couple of days. She just kind of looks around and then... Well, I'll be going then. Once again, my big thanks that you joined me. I learned a lot, and obviously I'm open to further help of you if I need it. And if you need any help, you can also contact me if I'm able to do so. Good night. And she proceeds to leave.
Well, let's head back to the inn. Would be nice to check up on Tila. Guess I would like to grab a couple things on the way there, just some basics. But that's a good place to go first.
Oh, your little protege.
I'm sure he's having a wonderful time.
Yeah, not working out every day.
I'm
Well-
sure the scouts are making him work his fair way.
Exactly. I forgot I have no money. I have no shopping to do. Back to the inn.
Okay.
Need money? Like-
It's in the tower.
I have money.
Do you have like 25 gold?
Yes.
Can you, I guess you're faster than me. Do you mind getting like go to like an herbal shop and just get some medicinal supplies that are worth about 25 gold?
I look at Izrael. Where would that be?
I would most likely know where it is, right? Or at least have an idea of where to find one.
Yes, definitely. Like I said, most of these stores, or almost all of these stores, are in the outer circle, the Außerkreis. So you can just go to, since you've all went to the store, if it's only medicinal supplies, most likely you can also just go to a general store and there will probably sales out there as well.
Yeah, you can probably go to the general store to get that. It wouldn't be too much of a problem there.
So I don't feel like going alone. Will you go with me?
Oh, I'm not leaving you alone.
And nobody should leave Izrael alone. I will point out.
Yeah, I've been kind of failing at me protecting you. Alright, let's go get these supplies.
We'll join you back at the inn in a little bit.
Wonderful.
Okay. Then I presume Ivik and Fiera, you would turn to the inn.
Yeah.
Yeah, while we're going, I'll ask Fiera.
I'm carrying my big piece of wood.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
Right.
Forgot.
Yes?
What does the Lichnius sort of think of?
Remember, I'm not from there, so I would only know so much. As I point to where my necklace usually is, and it's not there. I kind of just look around.
Of course.
Make a perception check. See you. Paranoid looking around.
Yes, I'm very paranoid. Perfect. That is what I would get on paranoia check.
Yep. You're looking around and your senses are sharp like a cat's. And you don't see anyone following you or eyeing you in any suspicious way. However, you do see like kind of the general vibe, like a lot of people who are walking around here, their posture is a bit stiffer and there's a general sense of stress that is kind of looming over the entire place, and people are kind of rushing from one spot to the other. And
Yep. So yeah, maybe we should talk about in private. Right now it's a little bit of stressful times for everyone with the events going on as they are.
Right. My bad. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I hear you. Never mind. I'll just wheel off on my Heelys.
and
I am
now a few
quarter mile
people
behind you.
a few people now look, and it's like you see a few kids that kind of look at Eric and say, "Wow, that's so cool, man! I want a pair of those." And whoosh, while other adults are like, "Oh, that seems a bit risky." And then, yeah, you kind of shuffle your way through, and as you're kind of walking, Fiera, you do see that a lot of people kind of have their heads inside of either newspapers or like letters, and you can see like a lot of newspapers are just kind of lying around and posters on the walls and stuff. So it seems like some sort of big event or news story has been recently kind of thrown about here that the propaganda has spread so densely around, even in this kind of smaller city.
Well, put the bark down. Let's go grab one.
Big piece
Open
of
it up.
Open up. Yeah, you can see immediately the first head title on the front page of the newspaper just says "Threat of War, Holy Lichnias." As you continue to read, you can see that the Archbishop has stepped down from his position and has elected a new leader, Augustine Veloel Ceriosa, who is promoted to position as Supreme High Pontiff and is given the holy right and commandment over all Crusader legions, and now wields the power and right of the Light of Judgment Act II, which was signed by all cardinals and metropolitans. And then it currently says that they are awaiting an official decree from the High Pontiff itself. He hasn't made any public speech yet.
Do I have any idea where that individual grew up? Which county? I don't know what they're called.
Which kind of state of the Holy Legions you mean?
Yeah.
You can make a history check.
Where are they from?
Where they from? You kind of have rarely heard his name, and it's very rare that you hear the names of very high-standing holy figures. Their names should not be taken in vain. So he's probably one of the upper echelons, so on the highest circle of the ranks of Holy Lichnias. And either he might have been a cardinal or something else, but he's definitely from Primaderes, where the capital of the Holy Lichnias resides, of
Okay.
Awashiel.
Second side. Okay. Yeah, I'll just tuck it in my bag and the bark and cut it on.
Okay. Yeah, and soon enough you do get to your place that you stayed at, the Sunset Inn. Kind of probably the halfling owner of the establishment kind of also greets you. Kind of have a bit of small talk, and then you make your way up to your rooms, where you will finally encounter Tila sleeping in her bed currently.
I'll just quietly go over and just check on her. Check on her like condition.
Yeah, she seems fine. You can, if you want to make a deeper investigation, you can make a medicine check.
Yeah, if she's sleeping, it's been a couple days. You said investigation?
Medicine.
Best. Ooh. So now's a good chance to use it again. I'll use borrowed knowledge again to get, I guess, to find a version of myself that's maybe a doctor and knows more about medicine than me. And same as before, I will just make it like more open connections. So I mentioned to him, I really need your knowledge right now to help someone. Feel free to cruise my own set of skills. I also know about 8 languages, so help yourself.
Okay. And because you've already managed to establish a big connection, this goes without any hiccups. And as your intention is to stay open, it stays open. So the kind of information of medical knowledge floods inside of your mind.
Perfect. Proficient. There we go. Ooh, 7.
7.
I picked the wrong person.
Yeah, it's like she looks physically fine. She's sleeping sound and well. She's breathing at least. You don't see any marks or bruises or anything. Like, she looks the same when you first saw her. So you aren't really able to ascertain if something has really happened to her. Plus,
Right.
yeah, it's a kind of very specific condition that she's under. So hard to tell, but you would presume that she's doing okay.
Okay. Erica. This is... Oh, closed door. So, you had a question?
Yeah. Okay, so when we were out there, Vashina talked to me, and she was getting on this thing about, you know, how we might be able, or not how we might be able to, but suggesting how I can try to harness my terror for our emo friend, and what is he behind me?
No.
Okay. She was saying how I can maybe harness that terror, that fright that I have, and that I guess we all have, to when he comes, to maybe like do something to, I don't know, maybe like protect us, or I don't know. It was all, she was saying a lot of things, and I was kind of getting a bit confused by it all just because of the whole situation. But anyway, what I wanted to ask was the Lichnias. What do they have an opinion on our emo friend? Like, is this something that's known to them?
Oh boy. Let's see. He was found between Colas and Azathia. I mean, our general thought of blood magic is heresy, obviously. I mean, I'm guessing news of Calyx did not reach most of the Lichnius people, unless I'm mistaken, Jack?
Can make this a check.
Peace. 17.
Yeah, no, as far as you're concerned, since it was a problem that Colas and Azathia had to deal with.
Yeah, it wasn't our problem. I thought, well, yeah, we don't think he was from here, so... I really haven't heard about him until we met him. But I am curious what the Legion is going to do, since they are now in the same city as Calyx.
Right.
And he's supposed to be impervious to everything, but the Light Commander is also someone who's, you know, has the same kind of reputation, so...
Yeah. Because I got this sort of idea from what Vashina was telling me, that what if we had some kind of way to put up. Now I don't. This is because I don't understand how religion works. Like, I don't know how the higher powers that y'all have work. But if we had a way to sort of put up almost like a protective shield or something when we see him come in, that might, I don't know, lessen his impact on us or something. Because I've got this little idea thing that I was thinking of when we were walking, and that it's a whole thing, but like, if it would work, if it would put some kind of like Lichnius sort of umbrella over us for a little bit of time while he shows up, just to, I don't know if you're following me, because this is quite confusing to me still, because I haven't really like thought it out.
See, the problem is we don't know how far his powers go, right? We've been told that the people of Colas used all their magics and nothing worked.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if the angel's power has been used against him. I've never heard of us fighting a blood user. That's not really something that makes the news.
Right. Yeah, okay. So anything that I kind of might come up with is going to be so wild and just new that there's no way to know what would actually happen.
Right. Well, I would recommend experimenting, researching, and trial and error. So, I mean, you're on the right path. I mean, I have my own, I guess, defenses. Guess we'll see how they hold up, but...
Yeah. I really want to avoid having him come into my mind and playing those tricks on me again.
See, he's already part of us. From the research I've done, he's essentially fused his soul with ours. So he is literally part of us. We are intertangled. It'll be very hard to break those strands because it is of the soul.
Right. I understand that, but it's just the few times, the last few times he's come, he hasn't done like mind games per se with us. He's kind of just been here and just generally messed with our existence. Like I don't want to fall into another one of those traps where he's like, oh, do you want to like erase yourself from the history of the world or whatever.
Right. Yeah, and he does that when we're sleeping as well, which is annoying. Well, I do hope you find something, because I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
But, again, hopefully tomorrow we can know more.
Yeah, gotcha. I'm gonna look around to see if I see him.
Okay, make a perception check. 21. You look around, still ever-present nervous that he will be somewhere, and kind of probably stand up, look out the window. Maybe he's standing there kind of peering at you. There he is. The reflection of the window, standing right behind you.
Fiera!
I'm right next to you.
Tell me about the thing that you want me to build with the wood that you brought back.
Oh, wonderful. Ooh, let me take a while. Okay. So I put the bark down. So I would love a staff to impress people, especially the HMI maidens, because I will be meeting them. Because I do want to work with them, and I don't want them to think that I'm just another wizard, if that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah. I understand.
So the spark, yep. We're going to be fashioning into a staff. Also thinking about adding some metal bits as we go on, because I want to be able to add on to the staff, like different power sources, different methods of crystals and jewels.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be a work in progress.
I like it. It's a good idea. Yeah, I can probably do that. Has the reflection changed?
Are you still looking at the reflection?
Well, I'm gonna keep.
Oh, you're
like
glancing over.
I'm not looking behind me to see if he's there, but back and forth to Fiera.
Yeah. You kind of look. He's still kind of standing there, and as you kind of look as Fiera's kind of talking, you then hear and feel like a slight gust of wind on your neck. As you hear him say, "Do you still have any friends?" I don't think so.
That pull out the focus I found, and this is really interesting. I don't know if we can attach it to it, if it will help or not. No idea, but it's pretty cool.
Let me see it.
I'll take a look, and you hear.
She's using you, just like everyone else that you knew in your life. No real connection. Except for me. I know you better than anyone else. Because I am a part of you. And you are a part of me now. You will learn to see. You will learn to understand. And finally, I truly, truly hope that you will free me.
And this, the pocket watch I always use, I'm actually hoping to add that to the staff so I can use the staff as a focus. So it all kind of mingles together. All these different facets.
I've actually stopped listening to what she's saying and just sweat pouring down my face.
Yeah. You feel a very light touch on your shoulder, as if a father or mother is gently putting their arm around you.
Please.
And then the touch disappears. And the apparition of Calyx in the window also fades.
Oh, fuck me.
Okay, while Eric is processing, we will go over to Isorel and Aria. If there's anything special you would like to do and or talk about as you're on your way buying the supplies for Fiera.
Well,
Oh, Aria, you're still muted. I think your headphones are muted. Yeah,
Haha!
you double muted yourself.
Oh man. So we're going up to the store.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go in and look for the shopkeeper.
Okay. It's a decently large store known as the Mall General Store. And kind of go inside and you can see there's a counter that is kind of set in the middle of the shop. Actually, you can see that there are shelves behind him and in front of him. And there seems to be a fairly old human wearing this kind of red vest over a white shirt. And he's just kind of doing, cashier things. A few people are going up to him buying stuff. And I see you approach.
Ah, hello lass. What can I help you with then?
Yes. A friend of mine asked me to pick up some general medicinal supplies. I look at, Isorel just to double check.
Yes, I believe she said she needed about 25 gold worth of medicinal herbs and supplies.
Alright, well, it's easy enough. Just go to the second row at the very front of the entrance. We have small packages where you can purchase about 25 gold worth of medicinal supplies.
Thank you. And you said that was just right up front?
Yep, just right up front.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
And I start walking my way that way.
Yep. Go there, you see a big shelf with a lot of pouches, different sizes, and you can see that there are, a lot of different types of medicinal herbs that are kind of pouched together, and you can see that they are sold in either like 5 gold batches, 25 gold batches, and even up to like 100 gold batches, like these large kind of heavy sacks of just a variety of different herbs. And you can take one of those middle-sized pouches worth 25 gold.
Alright, so I'll grab one of those and then go pay for it.
Yep. What 25
I
gold?
hope this is... yes, here's 25 gold. Thank you so much.
No problem. Come back anytime if you need anything else.
When we get to the medicinal thing, while I look around in the shop, do I see... Actually, no, I'm gonna ask the shopkeep. By any chance, you wouldn't happen to have any herbalism kits or anything that could replenish my herbalism pouch for...
Oh, yeah, sure. It's actually just the shelves behind the medicinal herbs. We have very specific ones, freshly picked outside of our own woods here. So you are ensured the greatest amount of quality.
Thank you. And I'll go take a look at what's missing in my pouch and see if I can replenish my pouch
Yes, you can definitely
for
do
my
that.
components. Yeah.
I will be right back. I just got a text message I didn't talk to my parents about. I'll be right back.
Okay. Then we will jump to Arik again. As you're in the middle of your conversation, and I think, Fiera, you would visibly notice that Arik is sweating profusely, probably because you can also smell it.
You feeling okay?
Well, aside from the visitor I just had, yeah, fine, I guess. Is it obvious?
I mean, yes.
Oh.
Any
Okay.
reason you had a visitor?
I presume it's because we talked about, or I talked about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely seems to be a way to get his attention. So, it's better not to think about him.
Yeah. Easy, totally easy.
Yeah, it'll be interesting tomorrow.
He asked if I had friends, and then he said, "Of course not.
You wish them away, yep.
Only him." And that he's like, connected to me, and he wants to be freed.
Huh. Yeah, he is quite good at both physically and mentally messing with their minds. But you see, you're still thinking about it. I take the piece of wood and try to bonk you on the head. It's not graceful.
So,
I just dodge you very slowly as.
Woo. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, no, we should talk about other things. Let's see. Do you know what happened to the king in Yeshima?
Oh gosh, no. My whole thing was not paying attention to things like that.
Right.
I was kind of just there doing my thing, and then there was a couple weeks of I guess it seemed like people were growing a little bit more agitated and like people becoming on edge about things, and then my parents kind of just said, here's some money, here's a spot on a boat, get on it and leave. Before they were saying like martial law, the city was going to be taken over, and
By who?
I can't remember. I don't know if I remember if I had that specific.
Oh no. God, the timing. I just got my 5,000 ping again.
Oh shit.
Hang on, 7-page backstory.
Discord, why?
I don't know.
About Myth flipped up. It's another two.
You guys all just froze for me for like 5 seconds. I have no idea what just
Oh,
happened.
I wasn't the only one.
Okay. For me, you were fine, both.
Oh,
Everything's fine on my side.
Interesting. Everybody froze.
Discord. Jeez.
Hang on.
He's reading. I guess while you're doing that, I say you can chip off 5 gold for your herbalism kit. Presume you already.
Will do,
did that.
will do.
Doing the quick switcheroos this time around. I guess we will just kind of go back to Aria and Isorel. Then I see Felicia is vigorously typing in Discord. Sheesh.
Yes, that's why I had to step away for a second.
Okay. Do we need to take a break?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Then I guess that sets the tone in a weird way, in a way too real way. We're back at the general store. So you just purchased your herbalism kit, and now you have your medicinal herbs. What do you like to do after that?
I don't think I need anything.
I definitely don't need anything else either. I'm just thinking, would the other ones need anything?
And I'm sure it's been well over 8 hours since I last used my mind thing.
Oh yeah, it's been like
Yeah.
a day or something.
Yeah.
There was a whole day that passed.
Oh dang, Aria was in that mine place for over a day. Okay. Do you have message or anything like that? Or is that just a Fiera thing?
Hold on. I could technically summon a fae
Jesus.
to deliver a
don't-
message, but
No.
I did not prepare. Funny enough, I did not prepare animal messenger or anything. I mean, I think. Do I have? Oh, I could write in the sky. Yo, Eirik, You need something in the sky or something like that.
Very low key.
No, I think
Oh.
we're good. If the boys need anything, they can
Boys
come
and
get
girls.
stuff. Let 'em- Yeah. Well, because there's our sidekick buddy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Endel.
Endel. Yeah, in case Endel needs anything.
All I had in my
Or-
brain was
You
Neon
gave him like
Fighter.
100 gold.
What?
You gave him like 100 gold or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's right, I did.
I think he's good.
Maybe we could look for a new book for Tila to keep her entertained while we're here.
Oh, that would be a really good idea. I think she'd be super happy. Do we
And
know
I'm
what kind
gonna-
of books she reads?
I'm gonna start looking at the shelves for like a young adult / like teenager-ish adventure book that would probably fit the age of Tila that I think would maybe help her kind of escape the room that she's in like 24/7.
Yeah, of course you can probably just go to the book section of this general store, and indeed, especially in this town, they sell books. There's like a whole section of like epic fantasies that have been written by a very famous author named Aurelian Sanchez Triton. You would probably have like heard of this guy before. There aren't a lot of people who write like epic fantasies. This one is presumably at least the writer always says that it's an autobiography of the adventures he has made. And I think Tila did mention that she has read a couple of his books, because it entails often like stories where he goes to like very crazy places and meets very crazy things. So you can see a collection of some of his books. Probably one that would catch your eye is The Unyielding Tempest, is what it's called.
Do I remember if Tila mentioned having read it or not?
You can make a history check.
Can I do a history check as well?
Yeah, of course.
I don't think I need it.
Yeah, 22. You don't, because you helped also carry the books, so
Yeah.
you don't recognize this title, or that was amongst the collection of books that she had.
I'll grab it off the shelf and bring it up to pay for it.
Okay, yeah, for this epic fantasy you can do 5 silver. Fairly expensive for, a book. But
That's
Can we
fine.
barter?
I don't even bother. I'll just say, could I have it wrapped up in some paper or something? It's a gift for someone we take care of.
Yes, of course, definitely. Wait here a moment. Then he kind of just goes away, grabs some fine tinted dyed paper, and kind of starts wrapping up the book and says, "Here you go."
Thank you very much.
No problem. Hope she enjoys it, whoever receives this gift.
Should you write in it? Like, as a token of like your thoughts? Like, Tila, I hope you enjoyed this adventure. Or sign your name or something silly.
I'd rather not mess up with a book, just in case she tells me she's already read it and I want to return it, maybe, or exchange it, just in case,
Sure. Okay.
We never know.
thought
But I'll definitely tell her.
Alright, so we've got the medicinal supplies for Fiera, even though I'm still mad at her.
My herbalist pouch is full of fresh supplies. And we got a little something for Tila.
All right, let's head back
Yeah, let's go. Let's go home.
and get some food.
Yeah.
I'm famished. I feel like I haven't eaten in over a day. You know, being in a box and all.
I definitely am looking forward to more than just rations.
Okay. Then you slowly but surely make your way back to the Mittelkreis and to the Sunset Inn, where I reckon Fiera back there again. Hopefully the internet won't interrupt us.
Okay. So when it was starting, like I said, it was starting to bubble up a little bit. People were getting, you know, it just the feeling in Norcan was getting a bit rough. I don't know, but again, I wasn't paying attention to what was happening, and then so at work we were doing a bunch of projects, and I remembered, or I remember, the part of the process was we would often have to just get things approved. You know, just to get, you know, someone has to see our work. So, I was doing a bunch of projects, and I started to go and seek out approval for some of these things, and my supervisor all of a sudden started saying to not do that, keep things quiet.
Okay.
Like, don't go sharing this stuff. Like, it was all sort of like hush hush all of a sudden, and I don't really know why. And then kept working. Then the assassination happened. I don't know by who. I don't know why. I don't know what was happening. But my parents and my supervisor, Cendric. I just looked at this. Cendric. His name is Cendric. Him and my parents, they kind of just ushered me out of the city with the other girl I worked with. Terrible at names. Viliana. Yeah, Viliana. So they sent us out before things got worse. My parents knew that martial law was coming. They knew that the military was going to I guess come into the city and protect or control or do whatever. They were part of it. They were part of the military. So they kind of had this, I guess, an inside knowledge, but they never shared it with me. So they just sent us off on a boat, basically saying good luck, and I don't know what happened after we left.
Did I get any news of what happened after the assassination, or why the assassination happened?
You can make a history check. Yeah. Good old history.
What I do, but not stay. 16.
Well, it was obviously like a world event that happened. You know, the assassination of a king doesn't go unheard of. Yeah, there was a minor bit of conflict that you heard that, you know, the kings of the different countries usually get elected by Holy Legionist members, and so they are, you know, bound by faith. And there's a huge cathedral inside of Norcan, and a cardinal resides within Norcan who keeps check on the king that he follows the Holy Legionist rules. And you would have heard that, you know, there was a bit of conflict between the king and the cardinal itself, and then the king got assassinated. However, no one knows who did it. The only thing that would like rumors that there was a group of vagabonds who came into nor Khan. That's like the most popular rumor, and they left shortly after the king got assassinated, so people think they were the ones who did it.
Right.
Yeah. And after that, obviously the Holy Legionaries then put the entire city under martial law, because they had 2 Crusader legions stationed there, and then a third
Yeah,
one.
we have 2 legions there always just for the demons, I assume.
Yep, exactly. And for a potential invasion from tieflings that still live up north.
Okay. Lovely. Yeah, just another mystery of a death that occurred that looks bad for the Lichness and makes people want to rise up. Interesting.
Do you know anything about what my parents were doing? Like, just in general, like what their jobs were there, like why we got moved from Suna and Ir in the first place. I don't know. That's a lot. You wouldn't know.
Sorry, what's your official last name? Have you changed it, or is it Spaniel?
Yeah, that's it. That's the name. they all. Yeah, they were just never. They never told me about anything they did. I just knew they were in the military. I knew they were scouts. They were just gone a lot.
I guess it was part of my goal. I was gonna look into them eventually, mostly because I'm curious what happened with Calyx and how that all works. But I can ask around. And once I find something else, I'll let you know. Also, I'm working on a new spell, but it's not quite ready.
Great. Looking forward to that.
This one I will put a little bit more care into, I guess.
I hope so. We don't need Top Hat guy to come back. We don't want him bringing his friend Monocle Man.
It's never fun for your supervisor to come and tell you you've been doing everything wrong since the beginning.
Yeah, but see, okay, so it's interesting though, because like I just said, it was my supervisor who came and said, "You're doing everything right. Keep working, keep doing these things," and then he basically tried to save me from whatever disastrous situation was happening there.
Mm. Look, it's a mystery. I really don't know, but I am curious. So we will find out after we deal with you-know-who. Also, Azrael's father, interesting. Want to get to the bottom of that. He's a good man, so I'd like to save him if possible. And Sunir, I think, is about to become a bloodbath, which is the biggest city in the world, so we should probably do something about that. And if we do something about that and do good, that can help us in a lot of other areas.
I don't disagree with you. What I do disagree with is the fact that you think we can do something about it.
Well, it's like Machina said, maybe we don't fight him directly, maybe we're the ones to uncover how to fight him. And then we give that to somebody else.
Did everybody freeze, or is it just on my computer?
Whoa, this
No.
That's good.
All good here.
Swords is freaking out.
Can you hear us?
Okay, I can't hear anybody.
Oh my god, this is happening to everyone now, except for me and Isabel. Let's go!
Oh, I hear people
Oh,
again.
nope, apparently not. I'm the only one. Spoke too soon, fuck!
Oh my god.
Okay.
Holy
You're all
crap.
back.
Okay.
Everybody just like froze, and then I could see the green boxes that people were talking,
Yep.
but I couldn't hear anybody.
Yep.
Yeah, I just said that it only it didn't first for me and Skit, and then you sent the message Skit. I'm like, oh shit, I'm the only one. German internet, let's go. Okay. You can continue, and I would also say it's probably also around the time that Isra and Arya, you would arrive back at the rooms.
Sure.
Well,
What were we talking about? I forgot.
about
It's in my brain.
finding a solution
Oh, perfect.
and giving it to someone else.
Figure out how to fight him and not actually fight him.
Yes. I like that.
Has it come across anybody's mind to just ask him?
No. Okay, we're not gonna think about him. We're not gonna talk about him. We're not gonna fuel his ego that is bigger than anyone else. Well, no, I've seen bigger.
Hey,
We're
no,
not
but
gonna fuel his
see,
ego.
my point is here, we're not gonna know,
Oh no,
like,
it's happening again.
uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Alex!
Yeah, literally doesn't want us to talk about him.
Yeah, I find it funny because we can hear and see them
Everyone is frozen.
perfectly fine.
Right.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's the weirdest
Yeah.
thing.
It's totally fine on our end.
Yeah,
Gosh.
the struggles of online D&D.
Yeah.
Oh, there we are.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
all right.
So it's gonna be a
Okay.
rough night. There must be a storm happening somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I see movement.
Oh.
Oh,
I hear voices. Ah, you guys are back.
Okay, we are back.
lesson of the night. Let's stop talking about him because he's now
That's it.
affecting our internet.
Oh, I'll go get the door. Somebody's there.
Hey, you wanna go get some food? Let's go get some food.
Dude, yeah.
Okay, you go out the door. You see.
Game is so meta.
It is. Yeah. As you. Are you actually going? I don't know if that was a joke or not.
I mean, yeah, like, I'll walk out the room.
Okay.
I'm fed up.
It's like, this fucking internet. What is internet? I don't know. Probably the magical weave just messing around. Then I will say you meet Arya and Isra in the eating area. They probably went there first to get something to eat.
Sure.
And you reconvene.
Okay. Have a seat. Have a seat. We got food. Everything's fine. Tila's sleeping. I'll check on Indel later. I'm sure he's probably fine.
Sounds promising.
I'm sure she's okay. He's okay. His odds of survival are much higher without us.
Honestly, that's what I was thinking as well. Yeah. So yeah, you got the supplies, great. We could start messaging people. Actually, how about do we still have 2 rooms?
Yes.
We do, okay. Let's take all the food to your 2's room and let Tila sleep for now.
I think it's a good idea to bring the food up and eat in a room rather than have these heavy conversation in the middle of the
Every
dining hall.
conversation we have is heavy, yes.
Literally,
Yes,
everyone.
every single one. So we go to
And I
the
had
room.
an idea. And when we get in the room, I have an idea that maybe we could try.
Oh,
Everybody with ideas.
Okay.
Always.
Yeah, you can. Who's willing to pay for the food? It's 3 gold for
I'll
everyone.
pay for the food. So how much
3 gold for everyone.
for everyone
Yes.
included?
Dang.
All right.
What
And
did you
again, I'll
order?
do that thing where you kind of reach
Good
for the
food.
money, like, oh, you got it? Oh, okay, cool, good.
Eric, are you still broke?
Yes, totally broke.
Oh wait, no, you're not. You have all that money.
Rick's fine.
Aric's fine. He's got like diamonds coming out his ears. I said diamonds.
What?
It's
No,
not
it's
true.
not. You're not. I don't. Yeah.
Diamonds? Did someone say diamonds? No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
But-
Yes, please, Emperor Eirik. Please show us your room with all your riches.
You guys suck.
Come on. Do you want to wheel out back to the rooms?
Well,
Maybe tie the rope around my neck and we can not my neck my hips
Whoa.
my hips
Meeting.
my hips.
I think that's a moment where I would have to intervene and not let that happen.
I would
Brain-
not do that.
Brain and
Oh
tongue
my gosh.
did not say the same word. Sorry, I meant my hips. Do you want to like put a rope around my hips and I can wheel you out or something?
I mean, that just seems weird when you're not an animal.
That point?
True.
I'm not gonna do that to another person. Well, that seems stupid. To the rooms.
To the rooms.
And you woke up to your rooms with food in your hand. You're carrying a few tablets of whatever you wish to eat, veggies, meats, whatever you want, bread, and yeah, you get to your rooms alone and private. At least you think so.
Maybe.
At least for now, maybe. Potentially.
Hopefully. So what do we want to do first?
So some people had some ideas. You guys came up with something while we were gone, or
Mostly just talked.
About anything particular?
Trying to figure out Yashimon stuff. We talked about that one guy that we're trying to figure out that we can wait till tomorrow to talk about. You know. World
same old,
events.
same old.
Yes.
Did the guy that kind of kidnapped me say anything about he who must not be named getting sucked in with me and where he went?
Yeah, again, that's kind of my fault. A very long story short, I messed up with time, I messed up with reality, and I kind of messed up your brain with Calyx's at the same time, and kind of pulled you two out at a... I wasn't supposed to do that. And that's mainly why he was there. He was there to put you where you were supposed to be when I pulled you out of your fate.
I stand even more now by that punch in the chest that I gave you when I came back.
Look, I didn't know it did that the thing. But now I do. So,
Here's also another thing that Fiera learned. Other Fieras that exist in other realities were actually mad at her because she wasn't sharing. So now
I
she's back to
didn't know.
kindergarten learning to share.
yeah. So when I use my powers, I tend to pull from other versions of myself for knowledge, for power, for help. I didn't know I had to give back. But now I
Sharing is
do.
caring.
Exactly. So since
That's
then,
like-
I have been sharing.
That's like 101 childhood. Did you not have a very good childhood?
I had a wonderful childhood.
Did they not teach you to share?
I'm sure they had multiple of absolutely everything they owned and did not need to share. Kind of like you and I,
I mean-
basically.
That's actually pretty accurate.
but we learn to share because of each other.
Right, yes, sharing is great. So yes, Cleric should be less connected to you now.
The name! I tried so hard.
Anyway, yes, no, we're talking about him until research tomorrow.
Oh, good news. We have the medicine that you asked.
Perfect. Oof.
I reach in my backpack and I take it out, and I'm going to hand it to you.
That should probably work. So we talked about this yesterday. Today. Oh my god, I don't remember anymore. It feels like a week ago. Did you want to know how your father's condition is going to be?
Yes. I think I had the time to think over it as we walked. Feels like it took a week or so, but I had a lot of time to think.
Time's so relative, yeah.
Crazy how time works. I just want to know if he made it to see another day and if they think he's going to be okay. I don't want to know just yet what happened because I feel like if I learn what happened, it's going to distract me from our mission. But basically I just want to know if he's okay, if he's going to be okay, and if they need me to come home.
Okay, perfect.
Is basically all I need. I don't want more information than that, and if they try to give more information or if they give more, please don't tell me.
Let me double check the wording on this thing before I go crazy. Doesn't take into account any possible circle limit change values such as cast initial spells and companion. Okay. Goal, events, goals, you know, his health improving. Okay, perfect. I don't know how I'm gonna do this one differently. I'll gather the medicinal supplies, a spell book, put it right next to them. Okay. I'll be asking for information. I'm giving these medicinal supplies in return. Is there more I can do? I mean, I guess I could overpay. That sounds silly though. Well, we'll see what happens. And I will begin Dr. Fierro's future foresight.
Triple F.
Yeah, I know. I had 4 at one point, but I rechanged it to 3.
Future foresight forever.
Yeah.
Okay, so you cast that spell. Then yeah, so you
It takes 10 minutes, so you
Yeah.
guys just meditate for a while. Just give me a few minutes.
Okay, I would say during the
Should
10 minutes, would the others do something?
should we let Semaphore know about your father? Maybe she's heard anything or should be aware of it with whatever it is that she's researching?
We'll wait for Fiera's inputs, and then we'll maybe contact Semaphore, just because, again, since I don't want to know what happened, if we know that he's okay, we can maybe ask Semaphore if she knows, and if or whatever, like, I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I know you well enough to know what you're trying to say.
Good.
You don't want to alert people unnecessarily.
Exactly.
Just thought I'd ask.
Okay. Then Piera, you commence with your spell. Once again, harnessing the shadows. And since your connection is a little bit deeper, you realize, luckily for this, you're only peering into realities and you aren't taking anything. So you... Oh, yeah?
Right before, while she's taking the time to cast this, it takes 10 minutes, right?
Yup.
Yep.
And you do have a roll to make for that, right?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but just in case. Just in
It depends
case.
if I go further.
Yeah, so just in case, as I see that you're like getting close to finishing that thing and it's almost 10 minutes, I'm gonna use my Cleric ability, Emboldening Bond. So, and I choose only you, and I create a bond with you. So for 10 minutes, you, once per turn, doesn't really matter here, but basically you can roll a d4 and add it to an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw you make.
That
So
is
for the next-
incredibly useful. Wow.
Yeah, so for the next 10 minutes, you have an added d4 to a roll you would maybe need to make as we bond. Because I feel like it's important since you're trying to reach out for my father.
Okay. Yeah, I accept whatever powers you were connecting us with.
Okay, and with that bolstered bit of energy, you conjure yourself into the realms of the Shadow Wave, or at least parts of it. Once again, the kind of sounds of the tavern outside kind of fade away. Everything turns black and white, and you're inside of this dome-shaped sphere that turns to black. And you are inside this floating void once again. And where you smell, temperature is a bit cool. And even though it is dark, you are still able to perceive yourself, not with your normal senses, but a intuition or an attunement with yourself is allowing you to see yourself. And you can present the question you would like to ask.
Okay, I'll do this a little differently. As I kind of feel connected to this area, I'll just kind of try to speak out to it. There's a man, Cernan Leafina. Recently, he was under attack by an assassin, and his life was almost taken. He's a good man. He's someone that needs to stay in this world. Given the resources he has available to him, will Cernan Leafina improve over the next few days?
Your question and intention emanates outwards into this black void space. As you start hearing whispers from all around you. Until you can focus your minds and hear the distinctive voice that then says, Life is very fragile. It struggles to stay alive. Immense power is needed to uphold this life. But he shall succeed, for the time being. The voices kind of disappear as the dome slowly starts to fade away and normal sounds start slowly returning back to you.
Yep, I look at my book in front of me. Medicinal supplies, I assume, are gone.
Nope.
Close my book. Okay. Well, I guess good news, I would say. For now, he's okay. He has the strength to keep fighting. But in order for him to get through this, he will need something more. He needs something beyond the resources of. Is it Corvalli he's in right now?
Yep.
Corvalli. So there you have it. If I may recommend a course of action for us. Tomorrow we should continue with our research as planned. And at the end of the day, we should discuss leaving for Corvalli. Whether or not we find something for Calyx, I think we do go to your father.
I think it's time for me to go see what's going on at home.
Your family's as much as my family.
I think both our families need us right now.
Well, maybe one of ours.
Well, that's the thing, right? We need to figure out what happened with yours and if there's any consequences at all. I know it's a lot to ask, to just start moving down like halfway across the country, but I think it's important.
It's important, but I feel like there might be people at home that we can trust.
And Kronberg is in Core Valley.
Right. Well, he may have a connection to the group I'm after, so.
And I need to have a few strong words with him.
Alon is at home as well. He was one of my professors, and I trust him more than anything.
That's right, we might get some insight.
Well, he was history and politics. I feel like he might know what's going on.
I think I'll still let Veltrax know that we plan to return.
That's a good idea, so that they can prepare for our arrival.
And they can let us know if there's anything we need to be wary about.
Definitely, and I think it's safe to say that we will not have to worry about shelter once we're in Core Valley. Obviously, my house is more than open to all of you.
Home sweet home.
Yeah. It feels weird. For some reason, I didn't think it would take so long, yet so short before coming back. You know,
Feels
I thought I
like-
was going to a meeting for a couple days and then be back home, and then when everything started, I didn't think I would see home for years.
Feels like a lifetime since we've been there. So much has happened.
So much time, yet so little time has passed. It's weird. Anyways, I think we should rest up and
Definitely
So-
rest up, and we can give Talia her gift in the morning.
what's the plan for tomorrow? Are we going to the archives?
I think first thing, right? There's other stuff I could do, but it's less important.
Right.
I guess should we divvy up what we want to look into? So I think there's actually a lot of important matters there. I guess who wants to look into the main perpetrator?
I'd like to stay away from him who must not be named for as long as possible.
Well, I think we all do.
I don't mind researching him.
Perfect. And then I think someone should also look into the there's another fellow. Oh, I gotta get my notes open. I have Calyx, the everyday notes. They are. Xerxes Kivith, with the Vilmith Blood Curse. Someone should look into that in case there's a connection, or we can help Tila.
You said who?
Here I can get it. Xerxes Kivith, with the Vilmith Blood Curse he's connected to.
With the film.
Yep.
Taking notes so I don't
Mhm,
forget
mhm.
anything.
What else can we look into? I guess I plan to research curses. That might be my main study. See if I can find more ways to counteract it. Or maybe blood magic in general I'm gonna look into. Eric, any ideas?
Specifically, not really. I don't know. I might just try to follow through on some of the stuff that I just asked you about. The Lichnius.
I feel like that would be difficult, but you can try. I feel like anything with the Lichnius and blood magic, and that'll be probably hidden away back in my lands.
Yeah, probably.
That usually gets put behind a vault.
I mean, I'll just do what I do best, and I'll just continue working on designs for things. Maybe start thinking about your staff thing that you want.
Yeah, that'd be appreciated. I'm trying to think, is there anything else we could look into while we're there tomorrow?
Well, maybe the fate of the people from the ruins, the legends, and all that. Now that we have, because here's the thing: when I came here to study, I came to study politics and how to be a good diplomat and all that. I went to class, but I spent most of my time in the library and the archives and reading about the Fey Court and all the things that I've told you about. But when you don't know what you're looking for, there is so much to look into that you don't always know exactly what to look for. And I feel now that we have a better understanding of this place, maybe looking for information about that might be not, I don't want to say easier, but maybe a little bit more specific.
No, that's a good idea. Yeah. I'm curious what you find. Okay, well, we should have enough to go on. Trying to think. Do we have anything signed to Cinnafer tonight? Not really. Last we heard, things in the city were getting strange. There's not much we can do about it, so...
I feel like no matter where we go, it's just gonna keep... That trend is just gonna keep following us.
Right. Okay, let's leave things as they are and meet in the morning. Bright and early.
Okay. So I presume you will then all take to your rooms, your respective rooms. Take a long rest. That is also where we're gonna take our break. We'll spend almost exactly 2 hours. And I gotta pee like a motherfucker. So we're gonna see you in a quick bit. Adios. And we are back. And as Theo or Matt was saying during the break, he wants to do something before Theo goes to
Yep,
sleep.
I pull out my spell book. I flip to the page with all the people on it. Go down. Let's see. Corvalli. There we go. I go to Veltrax. I think for a moment. And I'll send a message to Veltrax saying, we'll be in Corvalli in a couple days, finishing up work in Delos Solis. Anything we should keep an eye out for? Tensions are high.
Spell goes out. A few moments later, you get a response. Wow, I always have to keep track on that. Holy shit. I wouldn't recommend it. I can't promise safety, as I have already failed. But come at your own risk, though I wish for Isorel's safety.
Alright, that's checked out the list. Oh, I gotta make sure I merge on spell slots for all this stuff. So we got 3, 4 if I take a rest. Okay. Next one I'll send to my mom. Oh boy. I'm not gonna use the word counter for this one. She wouldn't do it. What would you say to your mom? Okay. Hi, Mom. Hope you're safe after the attack. I heard what happened. Any word on Marcos?
That it?
Yep.
There is a longer pause. A minute passes. You're getting more nervous.
I'm paranoid. Yep.
But then you do receive a response. Yes. Viera! You're still fine. I'm not sure about Marcus. But it doesn't look good. I'm praying every day, but it seems most likely that he... And then the message ends.
Yeah, keep her up to date. I'll send another one to her. I'm helping Azrael Leafina right now. Her father was attacked. I met him. He seemed nice. I want to help. That's it.
You get a response. You're just like your father. And I am very proud of you. But please, Viera, you might be the only one I still have. Stay safe.
Alright, spell slot. Sorry to send to my brother. Okay, what would you say? What would I say? What would she say? Saw him die. That was wonderful. Okay, send the spell. Marcos? It's Fiera. I don't know if what I saw is true. But if it is, I'll never forget what you stood for. And I'll keep fighting.
The spell goes out. And a long minute passes as your anxiety begins to rise. A second minute passes, then a third. And you stand or sit there and receive no response.
That's all the messages.
Then you go back to the beds that you share with Tila.
Yep, let's check on her again and make sure she's tucked in, and maybe leave like a snack by the table side, and and the book they got her, I'll make sure that's there. Was it wrapped?
Yes.
Or are you guys going to keep it until morning?
It's still in my possession, so you wouldn't
Okay, never mind.
have it with you. Yeah.
Okay, I just make sure everything's good for her then. Food, water, whenever she wakes up, and
Yeah. Kind of.
yeah, I'll
Who's
sleep right next to her.
Yeah. Seeing her is kind of a oxymoron to your entire situation. Kind of peacefully, calmly, soundly, and presumably safely just lying there. As the entire world is currently collapsing on your head. But it does give you some sense of comfort seeing that at least a few people don't have to necessarily deal with what you're dealing with. That can either strengthen or weaken you, depending on how you perceive it. But with that, all of you go to sleep. I need one of you people to roll me a d20.
I'm on it. Oh, that's not good.
Wow.
Great. Here we go.
What's really interesting is because on my screen it showed it as a nat 20, and then it says it's a 1.
Yikes.
So this is probably terrible.
Okay, that's a natural 1. Then I need someone to roll a d100.
I'll take care of it. Right in the middle.
A 54.
Right in the middle.
Okay. Then the day passes. And you all wake up relatively rested.
Hate this.
Long rest.
And you can all take a long rest.
Ugh.
Oh god, what spells are we taking today, huh?
Yep.
It's a question. We're
I
not gonna
gotta
fight.
think about it.
Why would we fight today?
Don't say that.
I just wanna. Double.
All the books in the archive turn into mimics.
Don't give him ideas.
Like he hasn't thought of that. Come on.
You all hear inside of your heads.
They don't know if you're joking. I don't like.
No. You wake up and hear laughter. No, you don't hear that. That was just me messing with you. Yeah, I should actually.
Well, it worked.
Yeah, I should clarify that. Yeah, you wake to a beautiful morning actually. As you kind of look out, the entire sky seems very clear, very bright, and I presume you all would probably wake up fairly early since Vieira wanted to, except Eric, he's probably still sleeping. But you can see the.
I mean, Heuser and I would have been awake.
Yeah, exactly.
It's getting harder and harder for Eric to wake up.
It's like deeper and deeper bags on his eyes. It's just like.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, but nice sleeping in a comfortable bed after your long journey. Well, Vieira had
My couch is comfortable.
Yeah, I was about to say, actually, the couch was actually quite good, so. But in a relatively safe environment, knowing that you're surrounded by more than 4 walls.
Is Tila? I guess
She's
that early.
she's still sleeping, and you know she tends to or has to sleep like 16 hours a day.
Right. I'll write a note then. I think I have some parchment. At least some spare parchment. I'm a wizard, I should have something. Yeah, I have 9 sheets. I'll just write 1 sheet that says, we're back. We'll be at the library. Should be back later tonight. Everything went well. Yeah, keep it simple. Just that.
Okay.
Good second.
Then
Alright, let's go meet up with Vashina.
okay. Then we'll just say you'll take a bit of breakfast and then step outside unless anyone else wants to do something before you go back to the Innenkreis. Oh, okay. Then you
Oh, Arcanist aura on the bag and the scroll case.
got
3
you.
days now.
Keep track of that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Step out to the bustling city. People still similar kind of auras that you had when you entered. People seem to be stressed, going around. A lot of them have their heads in newspaper and stuff like that, reading, talking. But in contrast to that, the bright blue sky above you, you can see the astral vestige kind of slowly losing its opacity as the sun is rising higher and higher, and it seems like it's going to be a decently warm and comfortable day. Can feel the fresh breeze of wind kind of going through the city, leaves kind of flying around. You make your way to the Innenkreis. Step towards the entrance area to access it, and the same individual is at the counter that you met before. They recognize you, and so you have no problems going through. You aren't being stopped, and you can make your way there, and eventually also make your way to the kind of, what's it called? Well, not necessarily embassy, but the place that Vashina was staying. Say, oh, yes, the Foreign Council office. And I presume you would just kind of get her, go to the desk, the young female half-elf lady who you talked to the very first time you went here as well, and recognizing you, it's easy enough to get hold of Vashina, and she appears in front of you. Doesn't teleport anything, she just walks out the door and then arrives. Says, well, long time no see. Not really, but hope you
Yeah.
you all were able to rest well.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yes, it's always a struggle to reintroduce yourself into society. I mean, the politics that are going on truly escalated the last few days we weren't there.
You don't say.
I believe you mentioned you're from Corvali, am I correct?
Indeed, yes.
Oh,
Arya is as well.
and you came, you as a group came from Sunania?
I mean, yes. They were based in Sunanir when we met them.
Oh, well, your city's truly up big in the headlines, I see. Hope your people are okay.
Luckily, my father will make it. At least we think.
Make it? Has anything happened to him?
Oh, I thought that's what you were asking about. What else is going on at home?
I believe I had mentioned to you that there was an assassination attempt on my father a couple nights ago.
Oh. And then she kind of takes the newspaper out again, and then kind of hands it over to you, and then kind of points on one of the articles below. And you can see it says Corvali uproar, and it says big events and debates happened in Corvali as the divide of the current situation have started, and the split between the Reform Party and the Friedensseite has grown tremendously. Rumors have gone so far as to say that some party members have enlisted illegal help to get rid of the enemy opposition, Specifically, Kronberg was called out by the Zuverlässiger family for being involved so deeply with notorious criminal groups. However, there was no response of Kronberg, and the discussion faded once the signatures were being collected for the vote of the Zelianis Pact. Suspiciously enough, the Zuverlässiger family was not seen on the day of appeal and was instead replaced by the Einsicht family instead, who voted in favor for the Zelianis Pact. And for context, the Zuverlässiger family... oh no, not Zuverlässiger family, I'm sorry. The Liafina family was not seen on the day of appeal and was replaced by the Einsicht family. So the family of Arya replaced the family of Israels.
I'm gonna turn around to Arya and look at her.
It's funny because I was gonna say I was gonna like look at you.
I'm not going home. My head is going to be on the spike the minute I set foot in that city.
I feel like if you and I show up there together, it would look very bad.
Here's the thing, though. Your parents would not have done this to my parents, so I feel like
there's something unsettling about this.
There's something else happening.
More people being puppeted.
Yeah.
If I'm no longer part of the family, it's possible that with me being out, our parents weren't as close. Does that make sense? Because we were inseparable as kids, which forced our parents together more than they might have been if we weren't as close.
If you did not exist, if you were not my friend back then, and if I didn't spend half my time in your house and half your time in my house,
It could make sense.
So many dinners spent together that
That's
did not happen.
That's the only thing that would make sense is for why my parents would turn on your parents like that.
Unless there's something else that we've never known about and your parents secretly hated my parents or my parents secretly hated your parents. But I don't think that's something, I mean, my mother would have prevented me from seeing you if she hated your mother.
And vice versa.
You know how elven mothers are.
Protective.
Extremely protective.
I think now's the time that we should reach out to Cinephore and see if she knows exactly what's going on back home.
Maybe Harold as well.
Yeah.
He might know more.
I feel like my organization might know too, but I'm kind of scared to reach out to them because I don't know what's happening with them.
Something to head to this for tonight, because I am interested in getting to the root of what happened, or of whatever's happening here in Azathia, and yeah, if we can find out more about these people, that'd be great.
Maybe from now on, Azrael, we shouldn't mention your last name.
I think
So I would presume that anyone who would like to look for her already knows what she looks like. I mean, your name precedes you.
Yes,
Yeah.
but if people aren't aware of who she is, and she doesn't tell them her last name, is what I mean.
Well, yes.
All the people reading that newspaper in this city.
I mean, there isn't
I'm-
anything bad said, just that they didn't participate in the vote. And now we know why. Seems like someone tried to get rid of your father.
Same people who got rid of the king in Yeshiman.
Most likely.
Oh.
My father was very vocal against the pact.
Yes. And I know you don't like talking about the guy who's
Dude,
the dude. Well, he
Who
also
must
has.
not be named.
Yes, he also has his own little article.
Oh, wonderful.
And
oh god damn it.
shows, and it says Suna Ania under there, where it says Crusader Legion has advanced inside of Suna Ania and is currently occupying it. It is believed that it was done under the direct command of Metropolitan Ulfriedrich Septimus of the Eximius Holy Council. Attempted communication were met with silence. However, information has been leaking from the inside, though whether the sources of this information can be trusted is still to be verified. And there's kind of a listing of the leaked information being said. And the leaked information is that a notorious criminal known as Calix, who was sent there for a supposed arena fight, is currently being held inside of Sunania, and that a new group of Holy Legionist members have started to perform ceremonial rituals, and that members of the Holy Legions have started recruiting people directly into their own ranks, and people are for some reason willingly complying to the demands of the Holy Legionnaires and are showing no signs of defense. The leaker also predicts that the Legion... oh my god. Okay, we will wait for Matt, since his ping skyrocketed once again. Truly. It's literally every time we mention him. Every time we say Calix, it's crazy.
He has cursed our game.
I mean,
Entirely cursed.
I have to take him out because now he's just disrupting the game flow. Sheesh.
It's still robots for me.
Oh, dang. Dang. Okay. This is our fate now, I guess. I will just pause the recording real quick.
Yep.
Okay, we are back. Fixed, hopefully. For the long run. I will just repeat the entire Zunania thing. I don't know what you missed, Matt.
Most of it.
Okay. Well, there's an article by Zunania which says the Crusader Legion has advanced inside of Zunania and is currently occupying it. It is believed that it was done under the direct command of Metropolitan Ulfriedrich Septimus of the Eximius Holy Council. Attempted communication were met with silence. However, information has been leaking from the inside. Though whether the source of this information can be trusted is still to be verified. And then there's a list of leaked information. It says that the information is that a notorious criminal, who hopefully won't fuck with our internet again, Calix, who was then sent there for a supposed arena. Holy shit, like you're now lagging.
Oh my god, what's the name?
I mean, you are too, so.
It was fine for me.
Yeah,
It's all good for me.
Yeah.
okay, I think it's
Yeah.
I think it's back again. No, it's not. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Matt, thumbs up if you can hear us.
I can hear.
I can't hear you.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
I've been fine like this entire time.
Okay. Where do you live again, Greg? Okay, we're back. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I will not mention his name now. And if it actually
You
works
must
then.
not be named.
Yeah.
He has nicknames, so, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, the Ever Damned. Okay, yeah.
And
Leaked
the Death
information.
Touch Pagan. And
Yep. that the notorious criminal,
That name.
Notorious
Who-
B.I.G.
who we know, the notorious BBEG, who was sent there for a supposed arena fight, is currently being held inside of Zuna and Nia, and that a new group of Holy Legionist members have started to perform ceremonial rituals, and that members of the Holy Legionist have started recruiting people directly from the city into their own ranks, and people are for some reason willingly complying to the demands of the Holy Legionist and are showing no signs of defense. The leaker also predicts that the Legion will make their way north next. Experts speculate that this is a direct warning from the Holy Legionist, and that threat won't just be localized in Zunania, but potentially with Orvalmir as well, which is a city directly north from you.
Well, interesting. Biggest question is what's true, what is false, and what is misinterpreted? Kind of have to see for yourselves.
Yes, definitely. This is... Well, whatever you say about this individual seems to at least ring partly true. Seems like people are very interested in his presence.
Yes. I'm more curious. Oh God, I can't say it. I'm more curious what the Lichness folk are doing with him. Unfortunately, I might need to figure that out. But I can't do that here, so.
Well, then I guess we set aside this for a brief moment and go into the archives. I presume that's the reason why you are here in the first place.
Yeah. We have things to do.
Very well then. Then follow me. She steps outside once again and leads you to the very center of Delis Solis and of the archives, everything, the very center points. And you can see a kind of chapel-like structure that is like in the center, the very, very center building, this little dot there. Kind of surrounded by, you know, what seem to look like also educational buildings and stuff like that. It's a fairly tall, circular shaped building with a large dome on top of it. It's been built out of white marble on the outside, and there are two heavy large doors which are currently kind of leaned open, which allows you to enter inside. And as you do so, kind of stepping into the interior of this large building, you are greeted by a huge, basically almost empty hallway. At the inside of this building, flanking the door, are two large armored individuals, and they are huge. They are about 8 feet tall, have extremely wide shoulders, wielding on their right arm a enormous halberd, but their limbs seem proportionally to the rest of the body very, very thin and long. So it's just this large kind of torso, and then out of the armor you can also see a very small head with a helmet and a kind of helmet piece and visor going over it, and they're just kind of standing there completely still, almost like statues as you walk through them. And you can see that there are also two that are kind of making their way around the hallway place inside. But as you enter a very nice marbled floor, you can see that it also has like orangish tinted marble that's placed in such a way that it makes a huge eye and a star-like pattern that goes around it. looking up at the ceiling, you can see this large dome, which is entirely made out of glass, letting in the huge waves of sunlight, kind of illuminating the entire space that is here. But more notably are not only the large pillars that rise from ground to top, but there are 4 extremely big statues that are being placed in the north-facing direction, south-facing direction, east and west. You can see that in the northern direction there's this statue of a beautiful elven lady with very, very long hair that covers most of her body, and entangled within her hair are roots and vines from which few flowers sprouts, and she has her head her hands elegantly kind of in front of the body holding an orb, and she also adorns a crown seemingly made out of flowers. And peeking out from this entangled mess of hair, roots and vines are a set of hooves instead of feet. On the right side, or the eastern side, you can see an enormous statue of what looks to be like a bird-like creature. However, it is standing upright, similar to like an owl, and it has 4 wings. 2 of them are kind of obscuring the front of his torso, kind of going like this, almost like a pharaoh, and the other 2 are kind of spread out behind him. Also very large, and a very long neck that kind of protrudes out of the 2 wings that are kind of obscuring his torso. And on its head, its face, you can see a owl's face, but with 3 eyes, 2 where you would expect them and 1 in the middle. On the very western side, you can see a weird kind of a deer-like creature, but it's also standing on its hind legs, but it also has like 2 humanoid arms, not like a satyr who has like a human body. It has the deer of a body, the legs, not the deer of a body, the body of a deer, and the legs of a deer, and the head of a deer, but the arms seem to be humanoid, and seems to be holding a what's it called, a staff in his right hand. And at the end of the staff, you can see there's a huge horn of a moose that has been attached to it, kind of making it look like a glaive or axe. And then on the southern side, from where you came into, you can see a very large, and this is the only statue that is completely black. And at first moment, it would look almost like a demonic creature. It's like this long, spindly, thin entity where you can see kind of the ribs protruding out of the rib cage. The abdomen area of it is like super, super thin and very long and kind of twisting and curling around. It's in this very abstract position with this very long, thin arms and legs. And on its back, you can see 6 wings that are kind of spread out chaotically, but the feathers are very smooth. And its head, also coming from this long neck, is kind of covered by a bird skull that looks a bit like a crow or crow or eagle, something similar to that. And you can see that this kind of skull-like mask that's covering its face seems to be obscuring 6 eyes that are behind it. However, Isorel, as you step inside, you see the beautiful lady that is on the northern side. You also see this weird owl-like creature with the 4 wings, and you also see the weird demonic-like entity that is there at the back. However, when you look to the western side, you do not see a deer-like creature. Instead, you see a tall elven man whose face is covered by a wooden mask, and on his mask you can very clearly see the symbol that you found in the ruins with the tree and the 3 circles. And you can see that he has long robes behind him and long curly and twisting hair that kind of float up. He's also holding a staff in his right arm that has a similar moose horn attached to it. And at the on his left hand, he's holding a sapling where you can see that roots have gathered around his arm and kind of curling down his forearm. But you're the only one who's seeing this figure. The other three, you see this weird deer-like entity with human arms. You can also see as you kind of step inside of this and see these large figures, so have like tiny little plaques attached to the base of where they're standing on.
Are there attendants in here? Guards?
Well, there are these large, white sentinel guards that were also flanking the door and are keeping watch.
Okay, those guys.
And Bashina kind of steps inside, doesn't really pay much attention to the things here, probably because she has been here very often. And just seems to be kind of beelining to the other end of the room. Oh my god. Oh, how can you see? And I don't know more of the him. This is painful.
This is like the worst, like brutal, like technological issues that we've had in a while.
God.
Yeah.
I think ever. It feels like I know if you had some, but this is. Oof.
Yeah, because it's like it was in, out,
Yeah,
in,
it's
out.
Consistently.
This is pretty repetitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it because of the heat wave?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Who knows?
A wildfire burning somewhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah. In my head, that's for sure. Yeah, my NordVPN solution unfortunately did not work.
I feel like this was faster than the last time too.
Faster in the sense.
We weren't playing as long before it happened again.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, pause the recording once again.
Yeah.
Recording. Okay, we're back. Hopefully, we'll stay that way. And Fiora was saying she was just looking if there are any guards or attendants.
Yeah, I was thinking the peek was all in here. Are there other people studying?
There
They're looking
doesn't.
at books?
This just seems to be a open hallway. No chairs, nothing. There's literally just a book.
Oh,
Big
okay.
hall. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Machina's just making her way to the other end of the room. And kind of just looks back and says, is the first time for all of you, or has, remember Azathia, you've studied here?
I am quite familiar with this place, yes, indeed. But I believe for the others, it is the first time.
Oh, interesting. Well, I would iterate. You probably wouldn't have been inside this archive since you studied diplomacy. There are like separate libraries for specific schools, and this one is like a very special thing where only special people can go. So you wouldn't have any reason to go inside of here.
So I would know the regular library, but not this place here.
Yeah, exactly. You would have definitely seen it, but
And heard of it, I guess.
you've been passing it all the time. And she kind of says, well, welcome to the, I guess, Zephygus Archives, or colloquially known as the Tower of Depth. If you didn't know, this is actually the personal mage tower of Zephygus Silberstein. And it is unique, and kind of looks at you, Fiora, or at least for us wizards, then it's the only tower that has been built in reverse. So it goes down instead of up.
What? How's that possible?
Well, you just dig a hole and claim that to be the next floor. Well, the reason is he built this before the light crystals were discovered.
Oh, to protect from the high storms.
Yeah, so he didn't have the materials or capability to build a tower back then, so he had to dig a space.
Interesting. I wonder if I could. I probably could. Huh. I'll have to try that sometime.
Just. By the way, that elven guy over there, statue, do you see the mark on him.
Okay.
And I point towards. It's that tree with the 3 moons that we saw in the ruins.
The where specifically?
Right there, and I point to it.
Like,
I take off my glasses and clean them and then put them back on.
I don't see a elven figure or a mask. I mean, maybe it's an elven figure. I mean, he has human arms, but I'm pretty sure that's a deer head.
Since she's pointing it out, can I like try to see if I see it?
Yeah, I can make a perception check. Or anyone who's taking a squinting at it can also make a perception check.
Well,
I mean, yeah. It's an elven man, and he's wearing robes, and he has the symbol that was at the archives. Don't you see him holding the sapling and everything? Like, roots coming down? Do you need your eyes checked?
I mean, I see a deer with human arms. And Fiera. Oh yeah.
I go and touch it.
You go and touch it. Well, there it's like a huge statue, so it's on like a base, and then it's placed onto
I
the.
go for the foot.
Okay, go
Can I
there.
reach the foot?
Yeah, you could probably reach the foot, kind of go there, and you go towards the foot, and indeed, just before you hit, or you would expect to hit it, you hit something instead, as if you're in plain air hitting something. It seems like something is occupying the space that you aren't able to see.
Well, this is curious. Well, I mean, I just do that and look at everybody else. Everybody sees this, right?
Well, yeah, touching his
Yes.
foot right now.
Oh. You can see one of the guards starts to step up. And he's,
Apologies. You know this isn't real, right? What you're guarding? Are we not allowed to investigate oddities in your lovely hallway?
Might be the touching of stuff they don't like.
and he just stands there. And Washington looks. These aren't people. These are constructs.
Oh,
Oh,
Yes.
that's curious.
I think they were personally enchanted by Zephygus.
Oh, that's handy.
mm,
Well, do you think they would get upset if I got rid of this, as I point to the statue?
I'm pretty sure they would.
And the curiousness behind it.
My internet now is doing
Oh,
funky
no.
stuff. Fuck. No.
oh goodness.
We'll pause again. I'm sorry, people. In. And Bashina says, I wouldn't do that if I were you. I presume he has his reasons why he has this here. And I am curious.
Little robot.
Oh my god, for me? Holy shit. Say and respond to you whether, because you ask whether or not they would be upset if you would get rid of it. And she
Yeah.
responds, yes, definitely. I'm pretty sure he has this here for a reason. And I think it's quite...
But, like you said, it's here for a reason, so we should figure out the truth behind it.
Yeah, without directly interfering with it, I do not want to mess with one of the strongest archmages' private
That's fair.
things.
Do I recognize the elven figure as anything like the depiction of a deity or someone that I would have read about in my studies?
Can make a history check.
Yep.
And then you never said if, or if you did, I didn't hear you about my perception check to see if I saw it.
Oh yeah, jeez, I completely forgot it. Yeah, you're looking, but still seems like the statue that's in front of you, this weird deer-looking guy. However, you look at the plaque that is there, which has his name written on it, and it just says Wild Watcher Zorath, Voice of the Wild. And Isorel, as you kind of trying to remember, doesn't really just so all too much. His robes and the way he looks and dressed reminds you a lot of your mentor. And that sign is very most likely the symbol of the Dryadalist Court. So you're presuming this is a member of the Dryadalist Court. And as you look at the plaque, it says Horizon Walker Veladon, Father of Azathia.
Ooh, that is a fancy title.
Ooh.
Yes, it is.
Which I will write.
Ooh.
we used to see Isobel go woo.
That
She
should
looks at the
be.
plaque.
Oh man, that should be a new emote for us. In
Oh,
the
yes.
Discord.
I should make more emotes. That is true.
Okay, sorry. The nerd inside Isorel is like coming out of me right now. I'm just gonna take some notes.
Okay. Why the other three, or four with us, just kind of standing there looking at Isorel geeking out for no apparent reason.
Yeah, Irix just kind of like looking back and forth at everybody, like.
Oh,
What are you doing?
Isorel would have taken her notepad or like thing and started like furiously like writing down what she's reading and trying to keep record of that.
It's like, okay. You see anything special? You seem awfully excited there, Isorel.
This is the father of Azathia. That's
This
because of him that we're here. It's Horizon Walker Veladon right there in front of us. In front of me, at least.
I mean, it makes sense. You said there was the symbol of the tree and the three circles on it, right?
Yes.
And we found in the ruins that, well, they were attacked by the Holy Lichnias, correct?
From what we gathered, yes. From whatever we can piece together, it seems like that's what happened.
Yes, the Legion of Af.
Af.
That's how I pronounce it. Af. Legion of Af is my guesstimation.
So
Yeah.
and we also know that they are in some ways connected with the dragons, which is probably also the reason why they were attacked by the Legion.
Yeah, again, our guesstimation.
Yeah. So I think this would be my guess as a mage. At least if I would put a statue here of someone carrying that symbol, probably wouldn't want anyone from the Holy Lichnias to see that. And
So you guys don't see this.
no, I see a very weirdly proportionate deer with human arms.
Yes. But clearly it's an illusion, as my finger went straight through it.
I'm
and hit something else.
wondering I'm wondering, since I have been connected to the Daedalus court since I was mentored by one of the members, if I can see through this illusion that was put in place.
Yeah, that will also be my best assumption or guess. Probably he doesn't want anyone to see this who isn't affiliated with the court, because who knows, maybe...
Someone they could trust.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Trust not to spill this, so it's
Yeah.
hiding truth in plain sight, and only those who, well, I guess are meant to see it can see it, and I guess we aren't meant to see it.
And I'm guessing now, I'm not guessing, I'm wondering now if... No, that's just me.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just wondering now if all of these other statues are illusions as well of something else, or just this one. And if maybe as we uncover more secrets, maybe their secrets will be revealed to us.
Maybe.
Just,
Do you think
just wondering.
we're allowed to cast spells in here?
I'm not quite sure here. I think as long as you aren't interrupting or disrupting his private property, we should be fine. I know for a definite fact that once we are inside of his tower, which I guess technically we already are, we definitely aren't allowed. And there are ways to make sure that we don't.
Glad you mentioned that now.
Oh, wait. Actually, I want to try something. You said you received that necklace, Heuser, from your mentor, right? You said was... When was that?
Yes. Yes.
I know this is a lot to ask, but do you maybe mind me wearing it for a quick second?
I'll unbuckle it and give it to Vashina. You do have to spend some time with it to connect with the magic that resides inside it.
Oh, yes. I just want to look at something, and you notice as soon as you take it off, the illusion also appears to you, and you don't see the man anymore, and you see this weird deer-looking dude.
Deer. That's a deer.
Oh, well, that's a quick way to figure that out.
Do you mind me wearing it for a quick while?
Just try it out. Let's see.
Can I put it on? Ah. Oh. Arya disappears. The top hat guy reappears. Oh my god, what is happening?
I was gonna cast so many spells in there.
Yeah. This is a struggle. Hello? Are you back?
You
No.
frozen?
I can't hear you guys. I see your green box, but I can't hear you.
We can
Oh
see
my
you
God.
fine.
We can see you. We can hear you. You're all good.
Yeah, I'm post recording again.
Yes.
Oh my god. This is insane. Truly testing our patience here. Really.
I'm
Testing.
fine. My eyes are burning, but I'm okay. Continue. Keep going.
Yeah, as I last said, ooh, as Vashina seems to be staring at something different and kind of just, anyone else want to see? Like, wow, this is actually quite impressive. Gonna take the necklace back off, but hand it back to Isorel. Thank you very much for trusting me. I see you got a fly in your eye. Happens to the best of us. And
Oh, these pesky flies.
yeah.
I guess I'll try something. I guess is the construct still near me?
Yeah, it's still something that hasn't moved since you touched the
Lovely.
thing.
So I'm gonna try to cast a spell. Feel free to stop me if this is too much. And I have it prepared, so I'm gonna cast very slowly, very carefully in front of the construct, ready to stop at a moment's notice. Detect magic,
Okay.
which is just me pretty much putting a enchantment on my glasses.
Yes. The construct moves a bit, like it twitches as you start, but then kind of stops. It's just as the faint aura of your casting of the spell kind of you reacts to it a bit, but kind of detecting presumably that it isn't a hostile spell of any sorts, he kind of stops moving again and casts detect magic.
Yeah, I'll take a peek at all 4 statues.
Okay, yeah, you can definitely sense extremely strong illusion spell. Cast it on that thing. You can also see that as soon as you do it, your entire vision becomes a bit yellow tinted.
Yeah.
Because not just because of the statue, but you're inside of a magical aura already. Presumably the entire building has something magical going on with it. And it's a very strong enchantment and abjuration based spell as you're kind of walking around. The one statue was a beautiful elven lady with long hair holding the orb. There doesn't seem to be any magic coming from there. The big owl with 4 wings also doesn't seem to be coming anything from the statue itself, but on its third eye, a bit of magic you can detect, which is divination. And on the other side with this large demonic looking entity, I just say demonic because it's black and looks very obscure, also emanates extremely large amount of aura, which is a abjuration spell as well.
Abjuration, that's like defense, wards.
Yes.
I guess we're pointing things out. So this guy is interesting. Pretty strong abjuration magic coming off him. But also this owl. Like to Izrael. Do you know anything about this owl? Apparently its third eye has some sort of divination magic affecting it. As Izrael is
I'm writing down.
Oh.
I hear everything. I'm writing
Okay.
down. Sorry. I'm
got
still here. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Would I know anything about the owl
Yeah, you can
figure?
go towards it. Well, like I said, each one of them has like a little plaque underneath, which kind of, as their name says, and you would read Nightwing Ovati, the Night Weaver Guide. Can make a history check. Which, you know,
Would that fall into? No, I didn't say anything. Oh wow, probably don't know anything about that guy.
yeah, he doesn't seem to be in any way connected to any historical or religious beliefs that you know of, or at least your mentor has never mentioned this specific figure.
Well, I guess they could just put that enchantment there just to keep an eye. I guess that might make sense.
Yes, no, definitely makes sense.
So if if I remember correctly from what I've studied and discovered while I was with my mentor, those weavers all protect parts of everything that is around. So I follow Servilon, but I am also under the Moon Weaver.
Yeah, so there are different
Yeah.
kind of denominations. It's like a title, basically, a weaver. And specifically in your practices, they discern between like light and dark, or like sun and moon. So there's a moon weaver, and then there's a light/sun weaver. And actually, if you probably would take the time to read at the other titles, you would also see that on the big lady, the title is Fortune Seer Crestani, the Light Weaver Guide. So it seems like they have a Light Weaver present and a Night Weaver present. And
so they usually have heralds and protectors and, you know, this whole hierarchy of things around. So I'm guessing these are the 4 most, I don't want to say important, but I would say probably 4 of the very important figures to our beliefs.
I see. So this person definitely has a strong tie to his heritage.
Probably one of the people that has one of the strongest ties to our past. Yes.
But
Or at least attachment.
I mean, I guess I don't know. But I know, is there like a difference? I mean, there is, right, between how a wizard uses magic and like a druid, right? Like, there's a difference how we manipulate the weave.
can I make
Definitely.
an Arcana check to get any specifics if you want to?
So I'm just thinking, if this guy's a wizard,
Yeah, it's an interesting topic that is still researched to this day. One is a natural attunement with the weave, versus one is the direct manipulation of the weave. Attunement is nature, and the manipulation is arcane wizardry, because you're kind of tapping into the strings. Yeah, it's this goes under the same study of annihilation fields, as I mentioned before. There's the aura that surrounds every individual that allows, or people say it's that allows for consciousness, and also the ability to manipulate with the weave. Beings who don't have annihilation field can't manipulate the weave. People with a stronger annihilation field have more control over the weave. And as you remember, when the Light Commander stepped inside, you felt his large presence, and that is his annihilation field. And you each also have one, but comparatively weaker than what the thing had.
interesting.
Machina Gunner then says, okay, like, I can understand what you're saying with these 3 figures, but do you think this thing kind of looks at this, the large kind of demonic entity, you also think this is part of your religion? As far as I'm concerned, this beast actually exists.
I'll go read the little plaque and see if there's anything I can recognize.
Yeah, it says, the Great Cephaloros, predator of the Caravan Ravine. And you would all know the Caravan Ravine. That's that large, huge ravine on the Azathian map.
Predator.
Could we have the map of the world just for a second?
The world or Azathia?
Azathia, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
And put the people
Take a
there.
peek. In the middle.
Yeah, the big ravine there.
Oh, it's part of the Servalon Woods.
Yeah, right here.
And also post that name in chat.
And it looks more like a beast than a demon, I assume.
Yeah. Usually demons are very grotesque. He is a bit grotesque, but not in the sense a demon would. Demons are very disproportionate and stuff. He still seems very symmetrical. It's a good way to describe them. And yeah, that is also the statue that has a very strong abjuration spell covering it.
Oh, interesting.
So there is light and darkness, sun and moon, good and bad in everything. So I would guesstimate that this represents like, I don't want to say the bad because we don't know, but I mean predator of
But
the ravine.
does it? Because the aura I'm seeing around it is protection. I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, Machina, but abjuration is usually used to create a defense against something. Sometimes something specific, sometimes you can do more broad. So I wonder if this is some sort of protector.
Oh, well, I don't think it's supposed to represent abjuration. In fact, if you say, I can do it myself. She also cast Detect Magic. Once again, the Guardian moves a tiny bit, but then once again realizes, it's not non-hostile. It's like, this is a very powerful abjuration spell. In fact, I would think, from the nature of it, let Vashina see, looking if she can figure it out. Pretty damn good. My best guess is abjuration is also the practice of creating wards to hold something in place.
So they could be protecting us against the quote-unquote true form of this statue.
That?
Or whatever is hiding there.
The statue's not like alive, though, right?
I mean, it could be.
Sorry, I didn't hear what Pierre asked.
Okay. So I'm wondering if the ward there is being used at the moment to hold the statue in place. Or maybe make it a statue.
In this specific case, for this specific one, I guess maybe, because the other guy, and I point back to the elven dude, and like, I'm pretty sure that guy is dead for a long time, so if he's just chilling there, waiting,
Well,
I'd be surprised.
I assume I see like illusion over the elven figure, right?
Yes.
So it's School of Illusion. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely an illusion.
But you said there was also abjuration with the big lady thingy?
No. Big lady didn't have
No?
anything.
Oh.
Didn't have
Oh,
anything.
okay, didn't have anything. Okay.
Yeah, the owl had a third eye that had divination. This
alright.
beast has abjuration, that's very powerful. And then the illusion with the elven guy.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's also curious, like I've never really deeply questioned it, but this is the only potential statue that is black. And from what I read about the Great Zephyr is they tend to be black.
Huh. I mean, that would be a great feat to have it as a showcase, I guess.
I mean, if anyone could showcase such a beast, then probably either Corvus or Zephygus. That is for sure.
Well, even more mysteries. We should probably get to reading stuff.
Yes, I wasn't expecting to learn something in the hall. Well, I won't say no. This is surprising. Yes. Anyways, to the actual library. And then she continues walking on.
I'm gonna wave at the third eye as we
Yeah.
leave.
Nothing happens, but you do wave to the third eye, and you leave.
Perfect.
And
Eric's gonna look up from his sketchbook and realize everyone's leaving and just get up off the ground and
yep. And you all kind of go to the other end, and as you kind of leave the vicinity of the statues, the Guardian once again continues to walk and make his patrol. And as you get to the other side behind the last statue, going into the statue on the back side is a staircase that leads downwards. And Vashina just kind of goes in, and you begin to go down the staircase. And it takes a little while, maybe like a good minute of walking downstairs until you are finally led to a hallway. The staircase is fairly wide, enough for two people to comfortably pass each other. And as you're kind of walking down the staircase, you can see that there are several, different paintings that you pass that just depict various regions of the Sapphire's Plane. Seem like landscape paintings of sites of interest, like the large deserts of Yeshimon or the big mountainscapes of Colors, and also the several great words of Azathia, just kind of these big paintings that are there. And as I said, as you walk down for a while, you then reach a hallway that then also leads back to a somewhat larger room, not as big as the grand entrance of the Zephyrus Archive itself, but seems almost like a lounge. There's a nice, vibrant red carpet on the floor. On the other end of this room is a kind of 3 meter, which is about 8 feet, 9 feet tall golden door. Big chandelier in the middle, kind of illuminating the space, and couches on the right side, and on the left side there seems to be a counter of some sorts, and sitting there, large furry figure of a furbolg, kind of this cow-like face, dressed in a very slim-fitting, form-fitting suit that is black and white, and he's currently just doing his business there. And you can see the Vashina kind of enters in and then greets the furbolg and says, it's your shift again, Otto. Nice seeing you again. And the large figure kind of slowly raises his head and says,
Vashina, it is great to see you here once again. And I see you have brought some guests today. How kind.
Yes, I guess these aren't children. You can introduce yourselves, please, people. This is Otul, and he's the keeper here of the entrance.
Lovely to meet you. I am Dr. Fiera. Go for his paw? Does he have a paw or a hand?
Has
I
a
go for like a hand.
oh, okay. Has a big furry hand, and then also kind of reaches over, and it's huge, kind of encapsulates your entire hand, but a very soft handshake.
It is very nice to meet you, Fiera.
You as well? Step aside.
Hello, I'm Isarel Leafina, former student here, and I just kind of give a solemn bow.
Nice to meet you as well, Isarel. Welcome back, I suppose.
I'm Eirik.
Hello and good day to you, Eirik. I see the last one is very shy.
Or muted.
I'm Arya.
Nice to meet you as well, Arya. Well, I am glad you are here, and I presume you have come here for the sake of collecting more knowledge. Is that right, Vashina?
Yes, we would like to gain entrance to the archive if that is possible.
Yes, of course. However, because of certain conditions that I have set over the last couple of days, your access will have to unfortunately be diminished by a bit, so I can only offer a silver necklace this time around.
Alex. Sure. I mean, it would be very beneficial if we could maybe get the gold necklace. We found some quite important information, and we would like to also, I've archived it and would also like to place it in the archive itself.
Well, maybe at a later date I must confer with the headmaster. I am sorry.
Like, kind of looks back to you and it's like, seems like we won't be able to gain access to all of the books, but I guess a silver necklace will do.
What if I showed something that would allow me into most libraries?
I mean, you can try, but this is a quote-unquote technically private library, so I don't know how much access. It depends what you're showing.
My Inquisition credentials.
I mean, you can try.
So I'll go up to the dude. Hi again.
Hello.
I understand that this is a public library, but my friends and I, we really need to do some research and we're wanting to contribute to it. I am part of the Inquisition. I'm hoping that you might allow us all to come in.
Well, of course you are able to enter the library. However, you will have restricted access. But you say you are from the Inquisition. May I ask what information you are currently seeking?
I look at our person that we're with. I'm more just like protective duty. And this lovely crew is more of the smarts. I'm more just kind of making sure that nobody dies.
Then why would you require greater access inside of the archives then? If there's no special reasons, then unfortunately I will not be able to grant it.
Because I feel like, from what I'm understanding, we need to have full access to the library to gather everything that we need. And in order to get that, we need full access. And we've just... Answers would be wonderful. We've been through a lot, and I'm just tired of not having answers. I got locked in a box for crying out loud. I just want answers.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. We all agree, but we don't need to be causing trouble here.
You mentioned special circumstances. So under special circumstances, you're allowed to give the golden apparatus that we're supposed to bring with us?
Yes.
Oh, well, I mean, perfect. Well, where can I begin? Have you heard news of what's happening in Sunir?
Hard not to these days.
Ah, good. Well, I can keep this short then. Well, there's an individual there that was sent by people in Colis that is causing quite a stir. Um, oof. Have you heard the Death Touch pagan?
Of course I have.
Ah, perfect. Well, unfortunately, he's caused some trouble in Sunir. He's placed a very rare blood curse on a lot of the populace there. We are here because, well, not a lot of people know how to find a means of removing this mark, and we believe we can find a lead in this library. But obviously, such a rare mark, we need full access. And I'm sure your master would probably agree that helping the citizens of Azathia is worth, well, helping us with more access.
Make a persuasion check. I would say with advantage, since you kind of as a group. I think with Arya also crying desperately for access.
I have to remember how to roll advantage. I go there, advantage. I'm okay with it. We'll be fine. Hello. I was so close to being good. 18.
It is good.
I mean,
Great.
It was 20 is right next to 14. So.
Okay. Kind of nods and says,
Yes, helping people is an important duty. Well, I see you are being genuine to me, and you are accompanied by a dear friend of mine, so for this once I shall grant you better access. Now, as it's your first time here, I shall explain how this works.
kind of goes under the desk and then pulls out 4 necklaces. These are golden necklaces where there's kind of a flower, and in the middle of the flower there is an eye, but it's all made out of gold. It's not a real eye. And he says,
Now, it is very important to note that this is the private tower of Master Zephyrus Silberstein. So, of course, we do not wish to have any delinquents inside of his personal space. And to ensure that this stays the case, no spells are allowed to be casted inside of the library. If you attempt to cast any spells, this necklace will teleport you right back to me. Now, second thing to note is, you can, however...
Question?
Yes?
So that means if I was looking for a particular book and wanted some magical help to find that book, I would not be able to locate object or something. Just making sure and clear. No, nothing at all. No guidance, no nothing, zero, nada.
Exactly. However, this lounge, you still are allowed to cast magic. So if you wish to aid or get aid from any spells, you might cast them on yourself before you wear the necklace. Taking
Thank you.
off the necklace in an attempt to cast a spell will also result in you being teleported back to me. And additionally, while inside of the library, you will need these.
and they also take out 4 lanterns, where you can see inside of it there's a small blue gem that is inside. It looks a bit like a sapphire.
And he says, once you go through this door, there is complete darkness, magical darkness. And these lanterns will allow you to navigate the space. No normal light will be able to make visible. So please keep these lanterns at your person at all times. And please don't get lost. If,
for unknown circumstances you do manage to get lost, then you can take your necklace and either take it off, or you can press the eye in the middle. Doing so will also teleport you back to me. Everything clear so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
As a general courtesy to others, are there other people present in the archives right now?
Yes, a couple of people are still inside.
Okay.
Now, since you have the golden necklace, you will be able to get through to the 8th layer. The 9th layer, however, is still locked away from you, since that they are the personal quarters of Zephyrus. Only he is allowed to go there. Please do keep in mind. Yes?
Is he in today?
No, at the moment he is not. Please note that inside of the 7th and 8th layers, there's a lot of sensitive information placed there. So, we hope that you keep the information there to yourselves. Now, as a rule for wizards, if you find any spells inside of the archive, you are willing to transcribe them into your own spellbook. However, you must still pay a fee for every spell you do. While wearing these necklaces, a invisible scrying orb is at your side at all times, so we can see what you are doing. So please, do not attempt anything that could harm the library or anyone else inside of the library. And finally, access to the lower layers are very simple. Since you have the necklaces, the doors you will encounter with the appropriate colors will open for you automatically as you approach. There's no need for extra or external force to be made. If it doesn't open, then it means something has been detected that does not allow for it. However, that should not be the case.
My God, I want to live here. Sorry, your dad's not going to make it. We're going to be here for a while. I'm not leaving.
Now, please, take your necklaces and lanterns. And once you are ready, you can step to the door and it shall open for you.
Okay, quick group talk. Hero's very distracted. Just making sure we are covering our bases. Okay, who's doing the main individual? Raise your hand.
Good,
Everyone?
great, excellent.
Wonderful.
I mean, I can look up stuff on He Who Must Not Be Named.
Perfect. All right. And then secondly, I think I gave the name earlier.
Xerxes?
Xerxes Kivith, with the Vilmith Blood Curse. That's also on our list. Can somebody do that? I look at Eirik.
I mean, yeah, I guess I can add that to what I
Perfect.
was gonna do. Sure, fine.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. We're good to go.
What are you
assume
looking for?
I will be looking for ways to counteract what we already have through other means, just in
Without
case we
messing-
need a plan B.
Without messing with people's minds.
Or messing more carefully. I just assume there's others out there that have already tried and maybe they failed, maybe succeeded. I want to know.
Fair. And Ezra, what are you?
I'm going to look into what we discovered or a little bit earlier and maybe round up the information with what we discovered in the past couple days and upstairs as well.
Alright, so it sounds like everybody has a plan. I guess we meet up when you meet up, because we can't send messages, and I don't think my psychic stuff will work in here. I just look at the, because we haven't gone in yet.
Nope.
Does psionic ability still work in here? If we needed to communicate with each other?
Yes, if you activate this magical ability now, you are able to use it.
Thank you. And with that, I will roll my whispers.
Nice. Yeah, I don't really have any buffs that would help here. Locate object. I think you have to be familiar with things. So that's gonna be tough to
And
use. Augury? Ooh. That's tempting.
um,
Oh, Oz machine. I guess what do you plan to look into if you don't mind?
Well, I will first of all add to the archive. I like to give and then take.
Oh,
My notes that I've written down, and then I will try to find any supplementary information where I can maybe get a bigger picture of what we've discovered in the ruins.
sounds fair.
and Eirik is included in it this time.
His head explodes.
Oh my god!
Right.
Immediately I started going, hi, hello, hello, hi,
Stop,
you can
stop,
hear us, hi,
stop,
hi, hello.
Stop. Stop.
Sorry, Eirik, it was necessary.
Listen. I trust you. Just don't do that. Don't make it awkward.
Well, you can further discuss, but I think I will enter first. So maybe see you on the outside, or maybe inside, depending how it goes. So I know that
Sounds fair.
easy to, well, to invest too much time inside of here. And she then steps to the door, and you can see this large golden door with a relief of a tree that is in the very middle, and then it splits open. As the door opens, and you can see as the door opens, there's still a translucent golden shield that is kind of there, but you can see Vashina kind of just walk through it, and as she kind of touches it, you can see that the pendant glows up and then kind of goes around her as she then walks inside. And as she walks through, disappears into darkness, and you can't see her anymore.
Jesus. She never thanked me for getting these necklaces, but that's okay.
Hey, I helped.
Yeah, she never thanked us for getting necklaces. There we go.
I mean, I didn't help much, but I did a little bit.
You helped.
I've just been in panic mode, okay?
Yeah, there's quite a lot going on.
Mm.
I don't think there's anything nefarious.
Oh god. Yeah, that's true. Well, everybody have a lovely time. Go to everyone quick. Who might need the most help? I don't know if this is gonna help, but I have nothing else to help. I'll look at Eirik. Why not? Want to try something new?
Oh,
It's literally the opposite of what you think. This is to protect one's mind.
Wait, how is that possible if I've already made the link?
It doesn't affect things like that. Well, actually, kind of does, but it should be okay. Oh, I guess we'll see what happens.
What is it? Don't do it. What is it?
It's something to help protect one's mind specifically. I created it after, I heard Arya because I wanted to do something good.
Okay.
It helps keep people out. It helps defend against psionic intrusion. It helps. What else does it do? I don't know. It just helps a lot of things. It's like a ward for your mind specifically.
All right. I mean, I don't want the visitor, so.
Perfect. And then it's just verbal, so I say some arcane nonsense. And I'll cast at 4th level, so it gets both me and Eirik, and I'll just do Intellect Fortress on both of us. I'll post to see what it does. It only lasts for an hour, but in case you find anything spooky, you should be okay for an hour.
All right.
I really like that spell.
I literally picked it after I hurt you. I was like, whoops, I gotta get something for this.
Okay, and are you all then ready to enter?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
I can detect magic or locate object before I walk in, but I don't think it's gonna be very useful because they both last 10 minutes.
I feel like if you use detect magic, you're gonna go blind. There's gonna be everything is magic. Surprise!
Just going through like an X-ray machine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about that too, but it's also 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
So I don't have anything that's gonna help me.
Then-
Or anyone, for that matter.
Then you will step towards the door. It once again also opens. And you see also this golden translucent force of war. As you go close to it, you can feel a bit of warmth come from the amulet as kind of goes over you as you step through. And each of you holding this little lantern and go through the space. And immediately as you go through the space and enter into the other side, you are greeted, first of all, with absolute darkness. However, a short second after that, there's kind of one after the other. You go through the lantern, turns on and has this slight hum as a light blue cast of light kind of illuminates your space around you. And the first thing you see is books and books and books. It is one long hallway that seems to be curving, and all of the walls are literally just bookshelves. And you can see that on the right of you, there are just hallways that go outwards or into the center of this kind of circle that's being led, with also both sides just completely filled bookshelves. And there seems to be a hallway just every 2 meters that goes to the center of this circular space. And you also notice that as you kind of walk forward, that it's in a bit of an incline, this walkway. So you kind of step there, and you have now officially entered the Zephyrus Archives, or the Tower of Depth. And that is where we're going to end today's session. Because we've been going for way longer than we think because of the fucking internet interruptions that we had. It's like, holy shit. Yep. That was a more exhausting session than it should have been.
Wow.
Whew. Yeah.
Oh,
That was something.
yeah, that's freaking Frey doesn't.
Now it's stable.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, because we didn't mention the guy anymore.
That name is actually cursed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I did something
Do
terrible.
it now. Do it now.
No, no,
That-
no,
Scaly,
no
scaly,
more.
scaly.
Oh no, he did the triple 3.
Jeez.
we will now
Gus, you live over there?
know. He's like,
As
no.
soon as Jack said like we're gonna end,
Oh.
Aww.
jumped on me and he was like, bedtime.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think Gus needs to go out. He's like laying by the door in that picture.
Yeah,
No sleep here until this door opens.
yeah.
Yep.
Then we can at least say goodbye to the viewers right now. So thank you for
Yes.
joining episode number 30, special number, and see you in 2 weeks probably because I'm not there next week. So bye.
Bye.